maybe I can help you. I am Boba Fett. None of you know that quote because it's from the holiday special.
Oh, what a classic. Check out the Star Wars Holiday Special if you haven't in the last 40 years.
Oh, man.
Welcome back to Star Wars, guys.
Oh,
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, however you're consuming our show at this point, taking it in, whatever. Thanks for joining us. We are the Star Wars guys. We are your hosts. As always, I am Mike, my brother Nate, and you know him well, Uncle. One of these days, we have to go through just our Star Wars names.
Oh, for sure.
And just assign. What would yours be?
Oh, I know mine.
Yeah, you and I've kicked around Star Wars names for
you
for a while.
Yeah, we'll start off the show a little bit like this. Okay, Star Wars names. Well, I think I've thought of a couple, but going off of Nate, IG80 Nate.
That's pretty.
IG80 Nate or IG88, either one.
I like it.
I like it. Do you have any off the top of your head?
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple. Uncow.
Perfect.
It's not bad.
1/4 portion. 1/2 portion.
And at home, I'm Dad Vader.
Dad
Vader's.
Mm-hmm.
Last name, Memphis Mess.
Yeah, Memphis Mess. That was my PlayStation name for
That's
a while.
Great.
Memphis Mess.
I'm trying to think if there's a ton of Mike sounding. I've kicked it around before. There's not a ton.
You don't have a lot going for you.
In general?
Just in general.
I thought we had one for you.
Oh, we did have one for you.
Put them in. Somebody tell us what
Please.
Mike's,
And what is yours? What's yours?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Joe. I forgot we got Lanjo Calrissian.
Lanjo
Lanjo.
Calrissian. I like it.
That's great.
Lanjo Calrissian. I like it.
Joe, what's up? What's going on?
That's a
got
great
Graham's
one.
in here too.
Yes, chat, help me out. I need
A Mike name?
a Mike name. I'm trying to think. This should be not that hard. There has to be
My son is Micah Fett.
Micah Fett.
Micah Fett.
That's a good one.
That's
Micah
good.
the Hut was the other one.
Micah the
Micah, but that's Micah. So
Micah is good.
Micah.
Micah the Hut.
Micah the Hut. That's
We don't
fantastic.
have one?
Mike Windu.
Mike Windu.
It's kind of.
Wow.
Mace is not really Mike, but
It's not.
we'll
work on it. We'll work on it.
yeah.
Let's just
we'll
do
get
the
better at it.
entire podcast thinking of your
Just
name.
this. Just
This is the whole
silent,
thing. Yeah.
Silent.
We don't ever address the audience. We
You
just
hear
sit
the
here the
sounds
whole
of
time.
mice clicking away in the galaxy. An infinite set of browsers going someplace else.
We're suddenly silenced.
As if all the voices suddenly cried out.
That would be the best
amazing.
episode we've ever had.
Be great.
Nate,
Title. All right.
take
going
this
off
away.
That, we will actually address.
I was supposed to set you up a little bit better
Yeah,
than that.
yeah.
I kind of went
It was
off.
poorly, man.
No,
but
we're
that's all
good.
right. We'll get there.
I kind of veered off course. General veers.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Going off of that, we will address the title. Star Wars Christmas Wishlist. Now, none of these guys know where we're going with this. This is spur of the moment. We're doing this live. This is where we are going to make a quote-unquote wish list for what we would like to see for the future of Star Wars. Things, it could be shows, something you want to see in a particular show. Could be anything as far as physical merchandise, something that you want, that you're like, hey, this is cool, this is coming out, could be a
This could be
video
all over the
game.
place.
Could be all over the place. Off
Could
the
could
dome.
Could it be a new hotel?
We'll get to that.
I
That was a great
digress.
tease.
A
I
new
digress.
Star Cruiser.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, anything chat, feel free to engage if you're listening to this back on any of the podcast streaming platforms. Also, feel free to join us here on YouTube. You guys that are watching us now too. Feel free to engage. Send us, drop some comments. Let us know some of your wish list items, things you'd like to see, and we can do a little back and forth as well on here live. But does anybody have stuff off the top of their head? I know Uncle just mentioned one.
Yeah, don't bury the lead. Do we need to go straight in?
Yeah, maybe we
We can
should.
address it. Yeah.
We're
Let's do
still
it.
a little stunned.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
We
word.
like to be really positive on here.
Love
we
it.
have a little. We also like to be fair. If there's something
Yeah.
that's
Fair.
for sure.
there's nothing above criticism,
No.
and there's some things that we have.
Beg.
We're struggling looking for the positive,
Right,
seeing
right,
the
right.
positive
If
in
you've
one
seen
particular
the stuff
thing.
on the
Yeah.
Galactic Star Cruiser, the immersive hotel, that's launching in March, I think.
And what's the price for that?
March.
Do we know?
Well, I looked into it for
Yeah.
our family. If we took 4 of us, it would be I think $6,500.
Okay.
It's 2 days,
Mhm.
and then it would be 3 nights.
Nice.
And I
And-
wasn't blown away by the most recent. You guys have maybe seen it. The most recent promos.
Yeah. To say the least. We'll
That's it. Kind of made it easy. At $6,500, we're probably gonna hang on to for right now.
I had trouble. I mean, I didn't have
Oh.
trouble physically like pressing play and watching it, but I had trouble
you did
understanding.
have trouble physically making it through.
Connecting.
I had
it
trouble
all.
watching. I had trouble with what I was watching. I
Yeah.
just was like, okay, this starts, and like, oh boy, let me walk in here and look at this, and I'm like, oh okay,
Okay.
a little cheesy, but again, that's okay. This
Right.
is a lot of stuff for Star Wars is made and directed at kids.
For
So
kids.
I'm like, okay,
Sure.
let's watch, and then, what is that?
Eh?
That's
Really?
not Star Wars. That was almost Norm. That was Norm Macdonald. Huh?
Eh,
What?
oh
yeah, that's what you did there,
Yeah.
Star Wars, But it was
Fire.
very confusing because I just didn't. It felt generic space
Yeah,
fantasy,
I didn't feel right.
but also like 1990s Bible
Ooh.
Man or something. It was like a really
Yeah.
like the really cheap, like intentionally made for kids, but also intentionally cheesy. Which is not necessarily what you want to do when you're trying to sell someone on $6,500.
No.
It's not intentionally cheap.
No.
It was just very
Right.
like pressing, like flashing buttons, and then they're like, "Oh boy, a real lightsaber," and then they kind of would cut away because they're like, "Oh, we
Doesn't
don't
feel
have much
right.
to show there,"
Yeah.
and then, yeah.
So could I
I mean-
could I start with that as my wish?
Yeah.
I wish, and I think they will. I believe because if you guys there's so many times video games lately will start out a certain way, and then
Sure.
especially immersive games, and they'll
Sure.
morph. Like No Man's Sky did that.
Battlefront, Star Wars
Battlefront.
game. They made it seem like it was going to be a little bit different
Absolutely.
than it was, and then
Right.
it came out and it ended up not being exactly what people thought. And pretty quickly they changed everything to make it what
That's right.
people thought it was.
That's
gonna
right.
be.
They got deep enough pockets to make this thing right. The infrastructure's there. They've got. I think they're gonna make it right. So my wish list for, they won't get it right by March. My wish list for 2023 would be a dialed in, immersive, spot on galactic Star Cruiser vacation.
I would
and
love it.
with that, a new trailer.
A new trailer. Perhaps
like
would
it.
help.
A new trailer might help that for sure.
It would be funny if they immediately announced like a new or released a new trailer, and they were like, "We were just kidding," and it's just unbelievable.
That would be amazing.
And it would
December
show
Fools.
that there's, yeah. But it's all like unfinished visual effects because the other stuff was real.
Yeah.
So, like this is our
Yeah.
new thing. It's a bunch of green screens and stuff, and
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, it definitely, like you said, I mean, obviously Star Wars is catered toward kids. It kind of always has been, but at the same time, there is such a large adult audience that they've done a good job of balancing the two
Right.
throughout the movies, the shows. But the trailer definitely seemed very, I think we mentioned this earlier, very like Nickelodeon commercial.
Yeah.
Like watching Nickelodeon cuts to a commercial, kids acting, like that type of thing.
Yeah.
It just didn't seem
Didn't
Star
feel right.
Wars. Didn't seem
Not like the Eclipse trailer.
that trailer
Whew.
looked insane. Yeah, that
We had
trailer
some
looks
good
exciting.
comments on the chat here. You guys tracking these?
Yeah, let's do it. I saw Vincent's in the chat. What's up? What's going on, y'all?
I like this wish.
ooh, read
Live
it to
action
me.
Rebels
Oh, I like it.
Series or movie?
or movie. Got room to go.
That's good.
There will be some overlap there with we might see something like that
The
With
Ahsoka
the
series.
with the
is
Ahsoka
starting
series
to,
because we got
so.
Sabine in there.
Sabine
we got,
is now in there. Yeah,
we got Ezra
Thrawn.
cast in there and Thrawn's.
Thrawn.
So we could.
I like it. I think that
Could
wish.
have some
I think that
crossover.
wish is.
Is it called Ahsoka, or did they change the name to Rebels season 5?
I don't know. Could be Rebel season 5
It's
Yeah.
Rebels: The Return.
through Ahsoka's eyes.
No,
So I can't
I
wait.
like that though.
I-
That would be great.
That's something I think that all of us, us three, and I know it sounds like people in the chat too, big fan of Rebels.
Yeah.
Big fan also of. This is a little off topic, but also on topic. Breaking Bad, one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah.
Is one of the great shows that Vince Gilligan, the creator of Breaking Bad, talked about how his thing with Breaking Bad is he never wants it to feel his idea of a show is he doesn't ever want it to feel like it's on the decline. If it's on the decline, the show's gone too long.
Yeah.
And we've all experienced shows that we love where you're like, oh, the best seasons are kind of early on,
Right.
or this, or like, this season's not as great. And then, it's kind of eventually tails off and either gets canceled or they finally decide to cancel it. Rebels, with 4 seasons,
Yeah.
starts with its little slow build because it is initially directed as more of kind of a kid's show, especially with the animation and everything, but has little nuggets of like, oh, that was a really cool canon reveal. Oh, that was what?
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you get to like season 3 and you're like,
Whoa.
that Sith person that we didn't know was alive, if you didn't watch some of the other stuff, is all of a sudden huge in this. And now
Right.
it just gets so big where by the end, every single episode,
Can't
the whole
stop.
Kanan arc, and then all of a sudden
Oh my
where it goes with
gosh,
the
it's so
wolves and
good.
everything,
I
it's
know.
just
Doom. So good.
Kanan Jarrus, why did you come here? The Bendu. Kanan, I have to find my parents. Kanan. Ezra.
We're watching Scooby Doo the movie. And I'm like, that guy's Kanan Jarrus. Believe it or not,
Yes, right.
that guy. Fred,
is-
Fred. That's
Fred is
Kanan Jarrus.
Kanan.
No, it isn't.
There's no way.
No
Right?
shot.
Yes, it is. Right?
Oh man.
Hilarious.
I know.
Animal.
All that to say,
That's all that.
I can't wait to see what's. I can't wait to see what's coming with the Ahsoka show, which will, in a sense,
Mhm.
part of it will probably serve as
Yeah.
that
It's gonna feel
continuation of
I
those
do
Rebels
think so,
characters,
yeah.
Yeah.
but also just with where they've taken already with what they've done with Mandalorian season 1, the Mandalorian season 2. They were kind of like Mandalorian season 1. Kind of refined in this box. We're going to surprise everyone, but it feels kind of a contained story. Mandalorian season 2 blows it wide open, where we're like, they can do that? They can do this?
Everything is on the
Yeah,
table.
exactly. The fact that they're
Now
not
it's like, who
shying
knows
away
where it's going to go?
from these things make me that much more excited about
totally
Ahsoka,
under.
about
Ahsoka show might
everything.
go to Mortis.
Very well.
It could.
It could.
Why
It
not?
could.
We have no idea.
It could for sure.
Back
No, that,
before we thought it was a huge prediction when I was like, my Mando maybe as they go to didn't I say they would go to Camino, like
Camino.
100
thought
times
that
I
was
kept
a
saying
stretch.
that.
No way they go there.
No.
Little did they know.
It's too big.
Little did they
Bad
know
Batch
it was
did it for us.
Bad Batch did it for us.
Bad Batch
Filoni
did.
was watching our podcast going, he had his
Snickering.
cowboy hat on and stuff, and he's like, oh, they're
He's doing
wrong.
what
We're
you're doing.
doing that in Bad Batch. Bad Batch.
coming.
Too
Little did
early.
they know.
Too early.
Little did they know.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
So I can't. That would be a great
That's good.
Christmas. When we were saying this
Yeah.
before we started going on the air,
Can't say.
it keeps turning
Can't
into
tell.
like Tony Stark or something.
Nice Christmas.
All right, kid, Christmas wish list. All right,
All right, chip.
Chewy.
Boba-
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was talking
Animal
Chewy.
with a good comment in the chat there. Jar Jar original origin story.
Origin story.
Ooh, I like. We see him get banished.
Oh man.
Be gone with Jim.
Oh my
That would be
God.
great. He was banished because he was clumsy. And then it just cuts to his whole series. And then at the very end, the final line is, "Yes, I might be saying that," and then roll credits. That's the
And
end.
the flashbacks are like completely random. Like they don't have time at all.
Anything.
Nothing at
He's
all.
just his mind
Swimming.
wanders.
And the whole thing, written, produced, directed by George Lucas.
Lucas.
That's the whole thing.
He's the center of
That's the
everything.
Oh,
center,
man.
center of it all.
World Between Worlds. Jar Jar controls all
Oh.
of that.
Jar Jar ends up
He
in
opens
Mortis.
those-
That's
yeah,
what helps
so
balance the
great.
Force. We already gave him a high government position, so why not have
I
him?
think that would be kind of could tie all these things in. It'd be
I would
kinda
like
cool.
it.
Also, J-Man, Joe.
Oh yeah,
the
what's up,
support
Joe?
is unmatched. Thanks for tuning in. Give me some
Unmatched.
some Maul Crimson Dawn action.
Oh
Ooh.
man.
That is definitely on the Christmas wish list.
And
Man,
may I
that's-
add, because we've talked about this a little bit before, I'm just calling him Josh. I've known Joe for a long time. Joe.
He immediately
Call me-
never tunes in
Call me
again.
Andy from now on.
No,
would you?
yeah, just gonna give
Andy
people.
and Stan.
Just going by random names.
What was that?
now.
Lights and
That's your Star Wars name.
Lights.
Twitch.
Name's Lights.
Twitch.
Twitch.
Twitch and Lights.
And yours was Twos for some
What-
reason.
Twos, which we never.
That's your Star Wars.
The
name.
lost episode. People that are watching have no idea what we're talking about. To add
I
on
know
to
what we're
what
talking
what Joe is saying, Kira and Maul. Give me that. Yeah, give me that
Yeah.
Crimson Dawn. Give me the.
That end
some
of
more of
Solo.
that.
There's
Oof.
so much.
Give me the continuation of that. Be great.
Yeah.
I got one.
What you got?
I kind of teased it a little bit with the Jar Jar thing, but Chris Christmas. I have a permanent lisp now. Christmas wish list.
If you say it like
is-
Stark, it's easier.
Yeah. I got a Christmas wish list. It's a long shot. George Lucas being publicly involved as far as he's had private consulting or he's been on set. We know he's visited Favreau and Filoni. But actually having a project, not even necessarily he's like the head of or anything, one episode of Mandalorian. Imagine just you have a great episode, they roll credits or Boba Fett or anything, and they roll credits written by George Lucas. People would lose their minds. Immediately you go,
Directed.
Okay, rewatch. Because now I'm just like, now I'm watching it with the lens of George did this.
Yeah.
Written or directed? Or
Either. Just anything that he's credited on other than characters and story by George Lucas.
I think it'll happen. I think it's a matter of
I bet
time.
Filoni's asked already.
I bet he's asked. George, I don't know if George would do it just because he's so.
He kind of wants to distance himself.
Like, he's old.
Yeah.
Although Spielberg's still directing Oscar,
That's
quality.
Unfortunately,
movies.
nobody's going to see it,
Uh,
but it is good. Yeah.
As Ridley Scott found out as well. That's the
That guy's so funny. Spielberg did not break into an
no,
X-rated tirade over the low.
different ways of handling it. I'm sure Steven was like, that's kind of a bummer.
I made
I'm
Jaws,
glad.
so back off.
I mean,
Right.
I'm pretty set with what I've done.
No, that's good.
But yeah, George involved in
That
more
would be
than
a
just a
good-
behind the scenes little thing of George was on set of like, it's announced, breaking, confirmed, George Lucas will have a hand in creating a show or an episode or film. It's weird because the film seems so far off right now, just as far as the next film.
Yeah.
Even since the last time we recorded, I know we talked a little bit. This is a little bit of a tangent, but we talked about Rogue One being delayed, then Rogue One possibly being back on, because I know that there was movies that initially were like her conflicts and stuff, why she couldn't direct it and everything. All that to say, I don't know when the next movie is going to be. It seems like a long ways off, so I don't know if George would ever be involved in a movie again. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a shot. I mean, if he gets another check, I think there's a chance. We do see him being a little bit more involved with being on set with the Mandalorian and things like that. He's obviously close with Filoni, so I think if things play out and if the cards, are played right, I think he'll help. And
I would love it.
Be
It's on my
awesome.
wish list.
Definitely a wish list.
Yeah.
On my wish
Definitely,
list. I would love
definitely
it.
on the list.
Be awesome.
I saw Vincent mentioned. I think the upcoming Obi-Wan Kenobi series will break records for Disney Plus. We can turn that into a wish because I wish that happens. I would love that to happen. That would be fantastic. I do think with the return of Hayden Christensen, Ewan McGregor, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. And Deborah Chow doing the whole thing, which we loved what she did with Mandalorian.
Yeah.
It's definitely of the series so far, ever since that was announced and even rumored before that, it's probably been the one I've been most excited about as far as getting, because we've always liked the idea of like an Obi-Wan movie or another thing that would give us Obi-Wan and Anakin again. But then when they announced it'd be, I think it's 6 episodes. Is I think what's been out there.
Is that what they said? 6 episodes.
I think so. Boba Fett's 7 or 9. They announced.
Is it
7? I think maybe they just announced.
Okay.
it's starting soon.
Oh, Boba Fett's right around
Coming
the
up.
corner.
We're 2 casts away.
Yeah.
2 casts away.
a good
That's
one.
how we measure
Everything
time.
is cast.
Castaway.
Cast.
Castaway. Oh, Tom
Ooh.
Hanks.
See what you did
That's
there.
Wilson. Tell you, if we're measuring out for the next Star Wars film, we're like, guys, we're only 314 casts away
Only 314
until
casts.
2028.
And
when the
there
next
we
movie
go.
comes out.
14.
There
Star
we
Wars Guys
go.
podcast.
I was laughing as you were talking. I was like, "What is it possible? Somehow Jar Jar makes his way into the Obi-Wan series."
I would love it.
What would happen?
You know, they brought
What else
Ahmed
excited
Best.
about?
Ahmed Best has been hanging around Star Wars
I
sets a
know.
lot more lately.
I know.
and,
I'm just telling you.
I would love it.
Absence
Even
makes
if
the
it's
heart grow
just
fonder.
walking in the background, something. I think that'd be.
They're going to be on. Yeah.
Is that a wish?
I don't
See him
know.
back?
Maybe- yeah.
I don't.
He's like, it's not. I don't want to.
to. I don't know.
You have
I'm
to
not sure how
realize
those
that-
worlds come back together. I don't know.
Yes. To say,
Maybe.
also, Uncle is from the generation that it's still too soon for him to go on record with a Jar Jar on his official Christmas wish list
It
as
is.
far as one of your
It's too
earliest.
soon.
It's too soon.
It's a deep.
It's too soon.
It's a deep.
Yeah, it's too
It's
soon.
too soon. I love
You're like,
it.
I'd like to see it. Is it a wish? Oh no.
no.
I'd like to see it though. I will not use the
I
words
will
though.
not use. I will
we're
not use
keeping
one of
score-
my 3 wishes.
I want to say, we have more than 3.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'll put it on. I'll put it
Yeah,
on.
there we go.
I'll put it on. there.
Perfect.
That would be fun.
Do we have more than 3?
I think so. We never said this was a Christmas genie wish list.
No,
is it?
no, 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 no.
Okay.
This is
So I don't have to wish for more Star Wars wishes.
This is a Santa
No.
wish list, not a
Yeah.
genie
All
wish
right.
list.
Well,
Yeah,
put,
yeah.
put Jake Lloyd in there. I think he should be back somewhere
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
as an
Yeah.
extra, as a
That'd be great.
character.
Yeah,
I like it.
even if it's throw him in a stormtrooper or something.
Right.
I mean,
This will
that'd
begin to
be
make
great.
things right. Let's fix it all.
That'd be great.
The
That'd be
stormtrooper just is. He's like on a merry-go-round or something, and he gets off and he's dizzy and he says, "I'm spinning. That's a cool trick."
Put him back in the pod race.
Oh man.
Just a random. He's
Oh.
just a different.
Yeah.
You know, playing a different character, but he's in a pod race
Well,
in Kenobi series.
Did we
And
talk?
when we
We
talked,
didn't talk about the Obi-Wan trailer, have we? The most recent one, or was it the Boba Fett trailer?
Yeah,
Boba
we
Fett.
What was
talked
the
Boba
one they
Fett.
showed the ship that controls the droids? What was that one? What trailer was that? Remember we watched
Oh,
that?
you talking about for Eclipse?
That was it. It was
Yeah.
in Eclipse.
Clips.
It's like the
Where we
droid
connected
control
back to the
ship.
droid
which
control
very
ship,
much
the
looks,
command ship.
yeah.
What Anakin flew into.
yeah,
Yeah.
looks
That
very
was on
the separatists. The
That's
you know,
Yeah.
So we may have Eclipse droids on the planet fighting.
Good.
yes,
Mm.
Yeah.
we could
Yeah.
see. Did
Yeah.
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 No, I got
Oh,
one. I
oh,
got one.
Oh, good.
I
All
got
right.
one. Here we go. Wish list. I've been saying it, and I'll say it again.
Oh,
Give me a Knights of the Old Republic movie. It's rumored that it's
Oh,
coming.
yeah.
We talked about it in the last episode. There's potential rumors that that's part of the reason why, Rogue Squadron got pushed back.
Oh, really? Because
there's
they're doing
rumors that they
instead.
might be pushing up a Knights of the Old Republic or an Old Republic movie.
Mhm.
I wish it's true. I wanted to.
Mhm.
It's probably my favorite era, even though it's not officially. It's in, but it's not in type stuff. You know,
Yep.
a lot of the High Republic that we've seen now, that is canon, has been there's some inspiration from that Old Republic
Mhm.
stuff because they know it's such a strong fan base. But I would love to see some deep lore, kind of beginning of the Sith, beginning of the Jedi. What was it like even before the Jedi?
Mhm.
Don't give me a Jedi Order. What was it like before there was an order,
Right,
but there
which-
were
how did
still
it-
good and light? Like there was still good and dark side,
Mhm.
but there weren't the rule of two. There wasn't the Sith. There wasn't. What was it like? Was it just a
That'd be
mass
cool.
amount, big war on each side?
Mhm.
Was it more so about figuring out what is these powers that we have, that type of thing? I don't know.
Mhm.
I think there's so much there that's very cool.
they
that
could get
we
into
could
some
dive
of.
into.
I don't know if they'd
Some-
go full.
Some Revan.
I was gonna say, I wonder what the Acolyte will
Yeah.
tackle with some
That-
of that stuff.
That's true.
Mhm.
You also
I
wonder
think we
how
got-
what span of time. I know because as far as how much time will be covered in the Acolyte.
Sure.
We don't really know anything about that other than did you know there was some casting news regarding the Acolyte?
Tell me.
I don't remember her name as far as the actress, but the actress who played Rue in the Hunger Games.
Oh, I did hear about this.
Whoa.
who
yeah.
also
She's great.
Nate? Did you see Dear Evan Hansen?
Oh yeah.
She's
Yeah.
she's
The-
like the student
the
council
friend. Yeah, yeah.
friend
Yep.
of Evan Hansen is cast as potentially it was like basically confirmed that she was cast in the Acolyte and possibly the lead.
Oh wow.
Possibly the lead or one of the leads in the Acolytes. People are wondering like
Wow.
what is
How old? I mean, she's not that old, right?
she's like in her 20s?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's great. I
Cool.
think that'd be cool.
You don't know?
What's the timeline for Acolyte? Do they know?
Is it?
Old.
Just out there.
It's
No,
old,
no. I
I
mean,
think.
when it's going to be released? Like
Oh.
Old.
sometime in
No,
sometime in the year
No.
after the year
Old,
2000.
I'd committed to saying old no matter what the question was. There hasn't been a release date, I
Oh,
don't
man.
believe. But let me check actually because I do have.
Because Kathy's wish list is They're dropping like flies. At one point, we were like crossing them all off.
Yes.
Didn't
Yeah.
we lose? We lost the Rangers movie, the Rangers show.
Yeah.
Lost Rangers.
Right.
I've got on
The-
here.
course, the Ryan Johnson thing's pushed
Hey,
out.
while you're looking
Rogue
that up,
One is
Continue,
pushed out.
so there's not dead air.
yeah,
So, what's left? We got after Obi-Wan and Boba Fett, Ahsoka we know is coming.
sure.
Mando 3.
Mando 3.
Do we have what else is out there? Because they mentioned a ton of stuff.
Well, they've mentioned things that I
got
think
it
now
all.
are kind of coming back, like not necessarily like they
Got
mentioned Lando, but
Lando.
but I don't think
That
that's
was-
Got my
happening
notes.
anymore. Maybe.
Here we go.
Got my notes. This note in my phone for those of you watching.
From
This
Kathy's.
This is from Kathy's Disney investors meeting. This note was made December 14th, 2020.
wow. We were off by
There you go.
I don't know why
1
I'm
year
telling you that.
ago.
But some of the things that were announced during that Rangers of the New Republic, which we just talked about.
Gone.
Right.
Ahsoka,
It's coming.
written by Dave Filoni. A note on
Can't
there.
wait. Can't wait.
Andor is coming up.
Oh, Andor.
Andor.
That's one we forgot.
Andor
that's still
is
going.
2022.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's done. Yeah, that's filmed.
They've filmed. I
That's
believe they've
completely
wrapped
done.
production on
Ooh.
that,
Yeah.
and they did announce. I believe it's fall 2022 is what
Okay.
the
How many more more episodes? Probably right.
12 episodes.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it's not as
Yeah. It's much more of a. I think there's like a spy
Yeah,
thriller.
Yeah,
Okay.
give it to me. I
Spy
love it. I
stuff
love
is
it.
going to be.
that's great.
I've been
Forgot
hearing-
about that one.
Oh, and who was it? Is it Stellan Skarsgård that was interviewed talking about how he was in that show and how it's phenomenal. He's like, it's awesome. So
Wow.
All right.
we'll see. Bad Batch season 2,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Kenobi they announced on here.
Mm-hmm.
The rumors are that Kenobi will be. This is what's interesting about 2022 Star Wars Celebration, is that will Kenobi have come out in the spring and it will be before Celebration, or will Celebration be like the final trailer for it and it comes out later in the summer,
Got it.
or not really sure. Visions they had announced on that.
Visions was there. Yeah.
Lando,
Mm-hmm.
the Acolyte, a droid story.
Forgot about that
Willow,
one.
Willow. That's right.
Indiana Jones.
Mhm.
This is all Lucasfilm stuff. Taika Waititi movie, which we still don't know anything about.
Kevin Feige
Movie stuff
movie
is
too.
pretty. Yeah, they didn't announce the Kevin Feige at the Disney investors,
right,
but that came
since
out
then that came
around
out.
that time. And then Rogue Squadron was supposed to be the first film. The
Yeah.
films right now are the biggest question mark because
Yeah, where are they
Man.
going?
Man.
Kenobi's
next?
happening. Mando season 3 is happening. Bad Batch was, I don't know,
Right.
outside of this room. We loved it. We
Right.
really liked
Love
Bad Batch.
It's great.
It was so good.
We'll see. I think there were even rumors of another animated series that's
oh,
possibly going to be
I know
coming
what
out.
it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
The
You can
Mall?
say? Yeah, that's what I
There's
heard.
rumors about a mall series coming out.
Ooh, really?
Which to answer
Animated?
some of that question,
Yeah.
animated. Which to answer
Like
some of
Crimson
the chat
Dawn
stuff
Mall, I
earlier
think.
was people
That'll
are
go there.
speculating that'll be lead into Kira, some Crimson Dawn
go there.
stuff,
Yeah.
which
I
would
would
be
love
really
some more
cool.
Kira. I think that
Um,
character is great.
Real quick too, I just want to say because people are putting in the chat different things. If we miss your comment, feel free to comment again. But also know we'll try and get to those if it's been a few minutes or whatever. We'll definitely try and keep monitoring the chat. I saw Joe J-Man said a boss Nash rise to power.
Oh, yes.
I like that.
It's
What-
fantastic.
Force Unleashed was on there too. That was
Yeah,
Ooh.
Force
that was a
Unleashed
great
movie.
game.
Yeah,
Yes.
so good, and they made 2 of them, and
Yeah.
that was Sam Witwer.
Sam Witwer. Yeah, who played Voice
played
Maul.
Voice Maul.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's already in the
It's
Star.
already
I
ready to
mean,
go.
that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Make
Star Killer?
Star Killer canon. That'd be
Be
sweet.
cool. Force Unleashed was a cool game.
Very cool game. Very cool game.
That was
Both of
cool.
them. That's awesome.
I almost flagged our podcast by accident.
Flag it.
No.
Yeah, like I was
Go
like,
for it. What's
Whoa,
that
wait,
do?
I don't know. There's a bunch of choices like sexually inappropriate,
Oh.
foul language.
go
I was
for
like, what? How to get? Okay, I
Is
did.
it because I call them Josh instead
Yeah,
of Joe?
it could be it.
Them, Josh, just all of them.
Just them. Is it because I called the chat Josh?
I'm looking for wrong names.
Is that gonna be our joke?
No, he
Our
didn't
chat
refer- I
is known
can't
as
do it.
Josh.
Josh, yeah.
Thanks, Josh.
The
Josh,
Josh
if you're out
cast.
there writing your comments.
Christmas Josh list. All right,
Oh, boy.
Oh man, that's great.
Wish list?
I got one.
Oh.
What you got?
I don't think it's gonna happen, but I wanna see more solo story.
Oh, yeah. Of which
Yeah.
time period?
The
Continuing?
Yeah,
From
Yeah.
where they left off?
Alden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
with Alden.
Yeah.
And we're getting kind of past that window.
I
and
thought
I
they
don't know.
might do some of that with the Lando
They might,
show,
right.
but
They
now
might.
I keep hearing rumors that might not be happening.
How could Han
anymore.
be a background
Lando stuff.
character though? That'd be hard. Oh, Lando's not going to happen.
Like I heard there's rumors going around that maybe the Lando show may or may not be happening.
Is a lot of that just because there hasn't been
just
any
because there
news
hasn't
from
been
it?
Right.
news and stuff. They're announcing new things, but that which was announced, it's been a while now since they announced that they haven't really discussed much. So I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know, but
I think a couple
may have
things that
passed.
happened too. This is just speculation. I think that Mando season 2, Mando in general, I
Sure.
think changed a lot of what
I agree.
their plans of
I agree.
like,
Mhm.
we've instead of just as this thing that starts off, this is our moneymaker right now.
That's
as
right.
far as
Yeah.
you go in,
There's no pressure to
you
make
go to Target and
yeah.
you look at Star Wars stuff. A ton of the stuff is not Luke Skywalker shirts
You know what it
right
is.
now.
Not
It's
there.
Grogu.
It's Baby Yoda.
It's this right
It's
here.
Mando.
It's this right here. It's Baby.
Yeah.
It's Baby Yoda. It's Grogu.
Could Mando have hit at a more perfect time?
Oh my god.
With
Well, Disney Plus in general, but
Disney
yeah.
Plus with pandemic stuff.
Pandemic.
My
with
goodness.
I mean, it just seems.
How
like
about
it
the fact
was
that
like,
the streaming stuff, not to start a conspiracy or anything, but yeah, be careful.
Where's this
That-
going?
Where's the flag button again?
Yeah, it's, just mute me, and it's the
There it is.
it's around the horn. I'm just muted, and I just
Right.
and I just go to someone else.
flag for.
But no, but it's
right.
just the timing of the streaming wars and the streaming stuff with Disney Plus taking off, and then everyone being trapped at home to watch shows
Yeah.
forever. And then now it's had an effect where even when we were just talking earlier about movies and box office and stuff,
Yeah.
of
Right.
which is maybe one of the reasons why we're not hearing a ton of Star Wars film news, is that not that they're going to be done with films, but they're definitely right now putting the priority in the shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because anyone's going to watch a show you can watch a show from the comfort of your couch at home. You
Can
can
I
watch
tangent
multiple
real quick?
shows. Go for it. I do it all the time.
It's not a
Okay.
Star Wars guys podcast if there's not a tangent.
I am a firm believer.
Ooh.
I'm an optimist, right?
Yeah.
Okay, see if you agree with me. I am a firm believer that this is going to make film better than ever.
Just competition wise.
Because the movies that are going to get to the theaters, that they're going to put there, they're not going to risk it now unless they got something special.
Yeah.
Or it's a low budget, great story.
Yeah.
Think of movies like
Sure.
Quiet Place.
Ooh.
Those
Oh my
kind of
gosh.
movies will
Yeah.
still kind of go. But there'll also be room for movies to not make a lot of money. If they spend less, they can still put it in theaters. But
Sure.
we'll also see these huge conglomerate movies like the Spider-Man thing, Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
special things.
Yeah. You'll
Yeah.
see
I think
less
there'll
of the
still be room for the really, really good stuff.
Yeah.
I think there'll be fewer of the big budget flops.
I'm waiting for more
Yeah.
Quiet Place type things.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think there's going to be a ton of nothing against franchise. I don't think there's going to be a ton of Transformer movies. As far as like the
budget,
Michael
big
Bay
budget.
$200 million movie
Ton of
that
explosions.
we have to make $400 million.
That's too much.
No,
Then
because they
you
can
can't
take
risk it.
those risks on Netflix,
That's right.
on Disney Plus.
That's exactly right.
They can make those. They're making them now already.
And as far as the story goes, you can take it. It's all about, like Uncle was just saying, if you have a good story, the stories are going to, it doesn't necessarily make it that's going to kill in
Sure.
the box office, but the reason a film like A Quiet Place crushes it and doesn't necessarily have the biggest budget is they know this is a good story that's going to do well, and then you have those that explode into big.
Right.
And it's the ones that
Big
kind of
movies.
catch people off guard.
Mhm.
Quiet Place came out. I was like, I don't know what this is. I went and saw it, and I was like, I
Word
gotta
of
see this again
word of
right now.
mouth comes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think you're
So
right.
I'm
The
thinking it'll
competition,
make because it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
When television started, it's had the same effect on movies. People stayed home more, but then movies found some niche. Went through it again with 3D, brought everybody back again.
Yeah.
Pandemic hits for all home streaming services. There's going to be movies that hit something that we can't get it. I mean, I just think the movies that are out are gonna be, they're still gonna
Yeah.
be bad movies.
Yeah,
But I think we'll break through to find that there's great things still happening because
There's still going to be bad trailers.
there's still gonna be bad shows. They're gonna be great bad hotels.
There's gonna be
My-
bad as-
My kids
It's gonna
love
make hotels better, I think, is what
Yeah.
you're getting at. Yeah,
my kids love going to the movie.
yeah, I love
Oh,
going. To
They
movies.
like
We
going
lo-
to
yeah.
sit in a dark room.
There's
Get a
something
bunch of
about the experience.
popcorn.
Yeah.
So it's not going anywhere. I just
Yeah.
think I'm hoping the movies are gonna get better.
Yeah. And to finish off this tangent, the No Way Home, I know you haven't seen it. There's probably people watching that haven't seen it. I saw it, we saw it. But going off your experience is there's something about being able to witness movies like that in a theater where you do have the live reactions to people witnessing things for the first time.
Yeah.
That you may not get the same reaction if it's just you and a couple buddies
communal
or something in a room.
experience
It's
of-
not quite the same as everybody
right.
like building up anticipation for something and then being able to see
Right.
something happen on screen in a big audience. I don't know. But
It was a good tangent.
I got a wish
One
list.
of our best.
Thank you.
I got
If
one.
you're in the chat, rank our tangents.
Yes.
Rank
Tell,
our
tell,
tangent.
tell Josh what your favorite tangent is so
Yeah.
far.
I got a wish list. Ready?
Ooh, it's a list.
Wish list?
Wish list item.
I was going to say, whoa.
I was ready.
Take me back to Galaxy's Edge. Take me back to
Wow.
Galaxy's Edge. I know you're going
We're
soon.
going. We wanted to take you back, man.
I know.
Next year, I think Abigail and I will have to go with
I
you.
wanna
Because
go.
we went
We'll go again.
opening day.
Opening day.
So
If you're an OG original follower of our podcast, there's a nice long episode
It's the
of Nate
first
and
one I
I
think we
going.
ever made.
Was it our very first
Star Wars
podcast?
Guys podcast.
Wow.
I
We
believe.
walked through. We were fresh off of Galaxy's Edge. This is how long the podcast has been going. If you're just now joining, we were fresh off of Galaxy's Edge. We went opening day.
Opening day.
We stayed there from 5 because we got in line at what 5 in the morning.
You were at
5:30.
Yeah.
Disneyland.
to be
Disneyland.
clear,
California.
this was
Disneyland. This was in
before
California.
there was
Pandemic.
sign-ups.
Oh, yes.
Pandemic. But before you could like sign up, get a spot, it was opening day. No, a lot of the rules that are set now with Galaxy's Edge were not in place.
Because you broke
Mayhem.
most
we
of those.
showed, yeah,
Oh, we certainly did.
we broke a lot of rules. We showed up.
Warned multiple times.
We showed up. We weren't guaranteed to get in. We didn't have tickets to the park. We didn't have tickets into Galaxy's Edge. All we knew was that there was a cap on how many people they were letting in. So we thought
early.
we'll be the first ones in line. Sure
Yeah.
enough, we were because we had no idea. We're in LA once in every couple years maybe. So we're like, let's go. We're in town.
Mhm.
We're gonna be there at 5, whatever. Good thing because they ended up letting us in about 30 minutes or an hour early.
Really?
People were running. I can visually remember
Wow.
a husband pushing his wife in a wheelchair, running past everybody
Yeah.
to get to Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
What
People
year?
were flying.
2018? 2019.
18?
Gosh.
Was it 18?
maybe?
Yeah.
So we're
Oh, wait.
pre-Mando.
Oh yeah,
This was
pre-Mando. This was
uh,
this was pre. Was
this
this
was early.
Pre-rise of...
Was this early 19?
Okay.
Because I remember having just gone.
maybe it was early 19.
I remember showing at the time my wife, Abigail, who is my wife now. She wasn't my wife at the time. That's confusing. She had just become my girlfriend at the time. And I remember going over and like talking with her parents for the first time, and they were like asking about my trip, and I was like, I bought a lightsaber. And luckily they were very cool with it. But I was like,
And robes.
and robes. Oh, how long did you stay? From 5:30 till midnight. Oh, you stayed for over 6 hours? No. 5:30 in the morning.
Only
until
in
midnight.
Galaxy's
Like, it's nice
Edge.
to meet you, Mike. Thanks for coming over.
Okay, well, yeah, that's nice. She's not the one, honey.
No, but true story.
True story.
Wow.
Nate got harassed by some stormtroopers.
Oh, but we told them off.
Told them off.
We told them off. Called them a bunch of clankers. What'd they do? They yelled back.
Go
Nate-
shinies.
We had a great experience.
Bunch of
Yeah,
shinies.
we
Bunch
made
of
it-
looking like a bunch of shinies.
we
Good.
may have aggravated Kylo Ren.
Look, did we follow him around? Did we get in his way so that he had to do some stuff to us? Sure we did. It was good.
It was
good.
all in
It
today's
was a
run.
good run.
Yeah.
Did
Uh,
smugglers
that's
run a
a-
couple times?
Let me just throw this out.
This
They at one point they had the robes on, and they had a line of people waiting to have their picture taken with them, thinking they were people that worked.
This
there.
is true.
This is true.
The little story behind that is that we did not know. Again, Galaxy's
So
Edge had just
funny.
opened.
The rules weren't set. It was day one.
People dressed up not as Star Wars characters because you're not allowed, which we also didn't know. But everyone dressed up with like Star Wars shirts. There were some people who had
There were
like
very
they had,
close
like,
cosplay
little
stuff.
like Yoda attached to their back
Oh,
types
yeah.
of stuff. But nobody's like walking around looking like Luke Skywalker
Yeah.
in a robe.
Mhm.
Except us.
Bought the
Not
full
really.
robe?
We
Bought the
bought
sabers?
early on. One of the places had these like authentic looking Jedi robes, and we tried them on, and we're looking at each other, taking pictures, and we're like, "Gosh, it just
we
feels
have to.
right."
And of
Feels
course,
right.
they tell us, yeah, you can wear these. They want us to buy them. Hey, you wear them.
Yeah.
And they didn't know either.
They didn't know. Other people were like, you can't wear them. We're like, well, they told us we could putting them on.
And then I'm listening, and I hear Maz in my ear saying, "This robe, it calls to you." And I'm like, "Okay." And so we end up buying these robes, pretty expensive robes, by the way, but we love them. If you saw one of our recent podcast episodes, Uncle was
when
in
I
the
was
robe.
robed.
Yeah.
I was
You were
wearing.
robed, yeah. That was one of
Was
them.
that yours?
That was
That
one
was
of
yours,
them.
the brown one. I
The brown
believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we walk around in the
Wow.
robes. We didn't know you're not supposed to be wearing them because you're not supposed to be dressed up. There's actual people who are hired to be Kylo Ren. There are actual stormtroopers.
Sure.
There are actual people who are dressed as Rey. There are Disney park employees.
Yeah.
Nate and I put these robes on, and we're like, dang, did no one else buy robes? So we're just walking around. We've got
We
the
were
robes
the
on.
only ones I
We've
saw.
got
in the
hoods
row.
on.
No one
We're
else
walking
buying
around.
We were the only ones.
Later, we get our lightsabers.
That's
We're
when we
walking
really
around.
looked
That's
legit
when-
after that.
That's we're walking around
It's
with
dark.
lightsabers now. It starts to get dark. We're igniting our lightsabers.
the
We're walking
Disney
through the crowd.
photographer pulled me aside. Mike's taking a picture of me. The Disney photographer for the park tells Mike to move aside. And he goes, "Oh, let me get some pics for the
That's
website." I never saw him, but he's
They're on their promo
Somewhere.
stuff. They're on the.
There's
They're hanging
pictures
on the
of
wall
me.
on the Galactic
Yeah.
Star Cruiser. It's what
We're-
they're.
Yeah, exactly.
We're taking a lunch break. We're sitting there, and some people came over, and we're like,
Sorry,
taking-
we're having
we're
lunch.
sitting
right
Sorry,
on the
I'm
ropes, and we're
eating,
like eating a Ronto wrap.
Ronto wrap, yeah.
I believe we kept eating those Ronto wraps all
Those were
day.
good. Some blue. I'm sipping on blue milk.
We're sitting there, and somebody comes over and asks, like, "Oh, can I get a?" And it's like, "Oh, can I get a picture with you?" Yeah, okay. And we're sitting there, and we like go, and the guy kind of sits down next to us, and he's like, "Hey, how's it going?" We're like, "Oh yeah." And we're like, "Oh, they thought we were in the." They asked for a
man.
picture of it. They thought we were in the. Like actually worked for the park, and the guy's like, "Yeah. Can't we get a picture with you though?" And I look, and his family's over there like waiting and stuff, and he had been sent over to go ask to get a picture with us. And we're like, "Sure."
Sure.
And we're doing all. One thing that happened, there's a crowd that's gathering late at night too. We're like, at this point too, we'd been there all day. As much as we are rule followers at heart, we kind of were like, we'll push the boundaries at the end of the night. If you get kicked out, you get kicked out.
Day's almost over.
We've already been here. We're walking through a crowd, and now everyone's really looking
I think
at
I know
us.
where you're going with this.
And Nate did take over. Do you remember that when someone looked at you?
Oh
And
yeah,
you were
well,
looking
yeah.
at
Look, there's a kid and a dad. They're walking by, and he was dressed up. Kids were allowed to dress up.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
he
like
was
if
dressed
you were
up
like
in
10 or
something,
under.
yeah, you can
Okay.
cosplay or wear whatever.
Yeah.
This kid's walking by and he's looking at us. He's like, "Oh, cool." Looking at our robes, and at that time I had a red crystal in my saber that I had just made at Savvy's. It's ignited. We're walking around. Kid looks up, looks at me. He's like, "Dad," and I just go. Star Wars choking.
To be clear, because it's hard to translate.
He didn't grab
He's
the
not
kid by
choking
the
No,
him
no,
neck.
no,
by
no,
the
no,
throat.
no.
He looked at the kid though.
I go-
Much better. He looked at the 10-year-old and said, "I am choking you." He
No,
looked-
I
And
did
the
a little-
kid did.
just a little.
The kid was
right
like,
there.
just
Yeah.
it was a quick. I didn't sit there.
It
I
was
didn't
a
sit there and
shake.
just hold him
I
up.
released
it was a quick
him.
little like, oh. And
But
the
it was
kid
a little-
He
the
liked
kid-
it. Gave
the
a
kid
little
did
laugh,
kinda-
chuckle, and kept
Awesome.
going.
That's awesome.
But yeah, a couple
No.
times people were like, "You're not allowed to have the robes on." And we're like, "Oh, okay." And we take them off, and then we'd ask
Put 'em
someone
back
else.
on.
Someone else said,
But
"No,
then
you
they
can put
take
them
pictures
on."
Of us, so
Okay. And then someone else says, "You can have them on. You just can't have the hoods on." Then we come over and photographer's like, "Oh, that's nice. Yeah, put the hood up." I'm like, "Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, photographer
we're like,
tells
all
us.
right.
Yeah, whatever." And then the final part of this little tangent was we then get another official from Disney comes over and is like, "Listen, you can't be walking around creating like a distraction with
Sure.
the hoods on. If you want to be
Yeah.
stationary
and take pictures.
and take
Stuff you
pictures,
can.
that's great." So then the little loophole is that then the people we just stand in one spot and the people would come over and kept asking for pictures with us.
And we were standing
That's
in front
so
of the lit up. It was
funny.
dark out, but it was
Yeah.
lit up like Kylo Ren's ship and the First Order banner in the background. I'm sitting there with a black robe and a red lightsaber.
Parked by Smuggler's Run for a little bit too, and it was
Yeah.
like people would come out of there and look at us, and they're like, "Oh, come over and get it. We just finished the ride. Come over and get a picture with the Jedi."
Yeah.
It is so great.
So yeah,
That's
long
nice.
story. Take me back to Galaxy's Edge. That's a wish list. I know
It's a
Uncle's
full
going
list.
soon.
Nate's loving this wish list.
We're
wish
going.
list
Nate said
item.
that's a wish list.
It's a wish list.
Yeah, it's
We're
a
going
wish
in
list.
January.
Yeah, Uncle's going. And part of the reason why I want to go back, or I wish to go back, is Rise of Resistance.
You guys haven't ridden it
We
yet.
didn't get to do it. It
God,
wasn't
yeah.
open.
It wasn't
the first
open.
day when
We
were there.
went there the first year it was open, and awesome.
Was it your favorite part?
Yes.
Did you have a favorite?
Yes, I think across the board that ride
Yeah.
was all of our favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Also, Cantina. Again, we didn't get to
I
experience
tried
the
to
Cantina.
get in there again.
'cause
Couldn't get in there again.
We had to pick
We had to
between
choose between lightsaber. Right?
lightsabers and Cantina because it was like a rush to sign up as soon as
Mm.
they opened the park.
Yeah.
again, you couldn't sign up in advance. So the day at 7 o'clock, it was like, all right, reservations are live. Sign up for your stuff. So we're like, give me a lightsaber, build a lightsaber experience, and then if we can get into Cantina, but we couldn't. So.
I am curious, now that we're talking about Galaxy's Edge, because you're going back soon, and you can report back to us pretty soon for the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am curious as to whether or not the story or park will change, having now that Rise of
True.
Skywalker has come out. When we went, this is pre-Rise of Skywalker.
That's right.
Kylo is Kylo.
Yeah.
There's no mention of the Emperor or anything like that.
Mhm.
Rey and Kylo they're hiding from the First Order. There's all this.
Yeah.
Does that change Rise of Skywalker? So now, like, you go there
Kylo's not the villain.
and just like Maz is walking around and everyone's just like
Right.
having fun because
Yeah.
the resistance has been is triumphed,
How do they
and
do that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
How does that
Do
change?
we get an emperor now because he's the villain? But he's
Yeah.
not there anymore.
Ian,
Or do we
hire
even-
Ian McDermott just walks
Oh,
around
that'd
the
be
park.
Awesome.
Or do we
Roll
get
it again.
some Mando taking a visit to Batu?
Ooh.
And
See, this is
walking
where I'm
around?
going is that
that could happen.
One thing that I thought of at the time is,
I remember we
Although
talked
did they
about
time
it.
doesn't
pigeonhole
work.
themselves into the time period, or will it continuously change? Because it's not very original trilogy-esque. It's very
It's not.
much
It's-
sequel
yeah.
trilogy, and also the timing of post. It's that essentially any time between Force
Yeah.
Awakens before Rise
know
of
what's gonna happen.
Skywalker.
I got my wish. I got my
Switch?
wish.
You got it.
My wish list. Stand.
Josh loves this.
You with me on this? I think this is going to happen. My wish list for Galaxy's Edge is that they expand it to where we now can move between times,
Ooh.
between trilogies. We'll have
Some would call that world between worlds.
Oh, he
between
stole
worlds.
it.
So we will be able to go to the prequels.
Yeah.
We'll be able to go to the sequels, and we will go to the original.
Mm.
And they take Smuggler's Run that fits in the original trilogy. We
Yeah.
have Kylo's ship and the new. We have the old X-wings. We have, and we're able
That
to
would be-
move between.
I love
Give
it.
me
It
a
becomes a
pod
multi-
race.
Kind of like the
experience.
the Avengers thing that's coming.
Oh yeah,
that-
campus.
I like
thing.
it.
Campus.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Give me a Smuggler's Run type ride where it's
Mhm.
like digital, but it's pod racing.
That's
You can actually do the racing against
there you
other
go.
people.
Well,
that would be
sick.
Well, you must
Yeah.
have Jedi reflexes to race pods.
That's true. To
You
flip
can't be a
chance
4-year-old girl. Just like the Qui-Gon sits there and measures everyone's midichlorian count, says you can get
wow.
on.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
But
think.
no, that's a great ride. That'd be a great ride.
Be
Just
awesome.
hearing the sound effects too while
Oh.
while
They could
flying
just
So
over.
great.
expand this thing out.
I think they are I think they are
But-
expanding it, right?
It'd be totally makes sense.
At least they told us that.
To be
the
able to
first day we were there,
segment
they
the-
They
said
told us that.
the time we were there.
There was a
opening
very
day,
giddy, excited guy who was working at
Yeah.
who was serving our Ronto wraps. He's like, Psst, by the way,
I know
if you have
everything
any
about
questions, I am the expert around here. And he was like, I was like, really? The expert's picking up our trash? Is that in an
Awesome.
office somewhere? Nothing against people who pick up trash, but
right.
and then he started to go on about like, yeah, well, the map for this thing is that this is going to expand beyond the north side of this, and it's
This
going
They
is-
to.
said
this
they
is
already
big.
have the
He was
plans.
telling us
California.
this. California.
Well, they have so much room down in
But
Florida.
does Disney does Disney have money?
It does take deep pockets. I don't know. They
I don't
might
know.
not be able
I
to do
don't
it.
think they'll make the cut. But no, he did say that they are at the time opening day. They already have plans for
Expansion.
Okay.
expansion to expand it.
They
Well,
have
and Morrow, if you're watching, do the world thing.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
do it.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you won't be locked down. If we add something else, it just fits within one of those
I like it.
three.
yeah,
You go.
that'd be
Now
great.
this is the thing is, oh yeah, it's got to be. With it being such a hit. How long is it before there's some sort of Galaxy's Edge Mando
Yeah.
type
Because
of?
That's
That might be
what,
just Mando walking around.
that's
at
what
Galaxy's
made
Edge
me
now.
think because it doesn't fit there
Yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't.
that's the thing
Right.
that's hard. Is
or it doesn't go. So we have to have a place to put this.
this is your
Yeah.
this is your moneymaker right now after
Right.
the sequel
and they don't have any
trilogies.
place to put it. They could fit it in, but you're gonna like, wait, that doesn't.
Yeah,
You can't be here.
yeah. Interesting.
I would love
Maybe
walking
it could
around
just
in
be
a
old.
prequel trilogy era, a bunch of Gungans just walking around.
That'd be
with brass-
awesome, man.
brass
That'd be
asses.
amazing.
Be
You
so
could do
great.
All of that.
Battle
stuff.
droids? Give me some battle
Oh,
droids.
yeah.
Roger, Roger.
Sure.
Yeah.
Coruscant, that doesn't compute. You're under arrest.
Joe said in the chat, we were talking about the First podcast we did.
Ooh.
Galaxy's Edge. Joe
Yeah.
said, I listened to that podcast while driving music gear between churches on a cold, rainy day. True story. So he remembers listening to the first episode. Joe, been around for a while. We appreciate it. Thanks,
Thank
Josh.
you. Thanks, Josh.
Sonic Implodes. Yes, Sonic Imploders. I
He
love
also
that.
said, hey, that robe got me a best scary costume, Darth Maul, at work. True. He did borrow the robe.
Really?
One best
Face
costume at
paint?
work.
They do
What?
face paint?
And
As my wife calls Darth Maul, scary red guy.
well, yeah.
Scary red guy.
Scary red guy.
That's
She
how-
now knows his name is Maul, but
My
she said
wife-
growing up she used to always say scary red guy.
My wife's Star Wars name is Darth Mom.
Darth Mom is good.
That's great.
That's great.
That's great. Joe said he's got a wish, and it's give me Dolby Atmos room, and it's just Sonic implodes, Sonic charges over and
Sonic
over.
charges.
Ooh, that recent Boba trailer used the Sonic
Yeah, it
seismic
did.
charge over and over and over as like
Yeah,
people were
did.
comparing it to the Inception wah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they're like this was just each time it was cutting to
Yeah.
the different scenes and
Love
stuff.
Yeah.
Love it.
No,
Love that
was
sound.
good.
Love that they understand too that the fans love that
Yeah,
sound.
right.
Right.
They like that
Exactly.
they really
Right.
dug into it.
Maybe that's how the Galactic Star Cruiser will be destroyed. They'll say, do over.
And then everyone will just go, yeah. It's like the old Republic and the new Republic. This is the old Galactic Star Cruiser.
That would
Oh,
be
man.
a hilarious.
That would be so
They have
funny.
the Sonic charge.
Yup,
Bomb
yup,
Star
yup.
Cruiser,
Yeah.
and then
Cut
nub
to Yub
nub.
Nub.
It's happening. Cut to the cheers all
This-
over the galaxy.
Oh, give me Ewoks at
Yeah.
and now I'm thinking Ewoks at,
Yeah.
You
at
just reminded
Galaxy's
me-
Edge. You
Speeder
have to.
bikes.
I
Why
need it.
not?
Oh,
Why can't we have a speeder bike ride?
I love it.
You just made me think further. More wishes off of the parks.
Give me your new wish list.
New wish list off the parks. The big push right now for Star Wars is the High Republic. How are they going to tie that in with
They
the
can't-
with,
right.
with Batu? They
They
can't.
gotta have another.
Yeah.
Maybe the expansion is all High Republic era, and now you're not hiding to go build lightsabers in Sevi's workshop. It's normal. Everybody's walking around
Everybody
with sabers, and the gig at that area is everyone's a Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's walking around with it. That'd be
awesome.
that would be sweet. That'd be sweet.
That would be sweet. They need to. It would be hard to expand to High Republic until they have a movie or a show about it, though.
Yeah.
Because the majority of people will be like,
What
Who's
does
that?
that even
Who's that?
mean?
Who's
Sure.
that? I haven't read the books. And we've read it. People who have podcasts have
Right.
read it, and some other people have read it. Obviously, we love Light of the Jedi,
Oh man.
and we've read some of the other books and stuff, but it's still so new.
It is.
Yeah.
A lot of people, though, would just be excited, like, oh, it's an era with a lot of Jedi. That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
You know what we should add to the Star Wars Guys podcast?
What?
We need to add a golden buzzer. When we have a
I love
lock,
it.
a Charles Barkley guarantee button.
This is it.
Okay?
I guarantee it.
Because if
yeah.
I could guarantee one thing, I guarantee we're gonna have segmented Star Wars land, like Disney has Frontierland, Fantasyland.
Sure.
We're gonna have segmented Star Wars
What will the segments be?
within the timeline.
Yeah.
I like it.
You can travel through
you-
time through the Star Wars universe through
Ooh.
time.
You just made me think.
I guarantee.
When
Guarantee
Galaxy's
it,
Edge was
guarantee it,
first
guarantee it.
announced, when it was first announced, there was a lot of like fan art of people like, oh, this would be like a cool Star Wars land place, right, for Galaxy's Edge, and it was kind of like you're saying, but more so based off the planets. You walk here and you're on Mustafar.
That could
You go
be
here,
part
you're on
of it.
Tatooine. You go here, you're on Hoth, and experiencing all the different planets.
That'd be a way to do it because some of these are only figure into different timelines.
Yeah,
I mean, they're still there, but we know them from that particular
right.
movie.
Yeah,
You're like, and here's Tatooine or Jakku. They look the same.
But Jakku, right?
right.
And here's episode 7 and
Whatever
4.
you want to call it.
You
Yeah.
choose.
This is Death Star or Starkiller Base.
You know what?
No, that's great.
No, that's guarantee it.
Guarantee.
That
Which
would be
means
great.
if I were Charles, it would never happen. But
The Blazers are going to beat the Lakers, guarantee. They
Guarantee.
get swept.
Right.
They don't win a single game.
fans actually hold their heads when Charles guarantees it. Like,
Yeah, like, ugh. It's the
They're
kiss
we're gonna
of death.
lose.
Yeah,
Thing.
that'd be fun. And then they have a legends section, which is anything can happen.
Yeah.
You write your own story there.
Ooh.
There you go.
Legend.
Wish list? Wish item for the list?
Do I
Anyone?
have one?
Yeah.
Ooh, I've got plenty. Wish list. Man, there's a bunch that I think that in the immediate future, what would be on my wish list would be. I don't think it's gonna happen though. I was just rewatching. I know I mentioned The Last Jedi a lot, but I was rewatching Last Jedi a couple days ago, and I was then rewatching The Director and the Jedi, and Kathy, at the very beginning of The Director and the Jedi, the documentary about the behind the scenes making of The Last Jedi. Kathy Kennedy brings Rian Johnson on stage, and she's like so excited. She says, "I got to tell you, I have never, ever had an experience making a movie like I had with this guy and then his business partner Ram, who's the other producer." And she's like, "These guys are just the best, and we're in such good hands with these guys, and I can't wait to see." And then you cut to like, a bunch of people either love it or didn't like it, and then it just seems like so long ago. That's why they immediately announced another trilogy with Ryan and all this stuff.
Right.
Sure.
But I would. This is kind of tied together. I would like Rian Johnson to even get an episode of something or a directorial something where I would like it where just the vocal, even though it's okay, you can have your opinions. Some people you can like a movie however you want. I would love it that it not be that they had this plan for Rian Johnson to get a trilogy.
Sure.
People express outrage, and then nothing happens, and Ryan never touches Star Wars again.
Yeah.
Because he loves it. And again, a lot of us love Star Wars. Doesn't mean I should direct Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
He's a objectively fantastic director.
Yeah.
Like, there's other movies he's done.
And writer.
Looper,
Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
Mhm.
There's Knives Out. Ask Netflix what they think of Knives Out. It's
All
been
three of
half
them
$1 billion.
Right.
Right.
I would like to see more of Rian Johnson in Star Wars. I don't know if it's likely right now because I think that from a business standpoint, they know that that'll immediately have people really excited and half the people really upset.
Mm-hmm.
But my wish list would be
If they did it on streaming, and his name popped up at the end for an episode that everybody loved,
I would love it.
it would
Yeah.
twist the whole thing around.
All of a sudden,
Yeah.
you have no idea. They
By the
keep
way-
it secret. They keep it secret. The directors
Right.
of Mando season 3,
Mm-hmm.
and at the end of the premiere, when all of a sudden, it's, what? Luke's training Grogu, and this is unbelievable.
Written
We
by-
love this Luke Skywalker.
That's
this
my
is
Luke.
Great.
Yeah,
That's my Luke. This is where Ryan messed it. Directed by Ryan
Wait,
Johnson.
Ryan Johnson, written and directed.
What?
What?
Directed by Ryan Johnson.
The
That's,
heck?
that's not my Luke.
But he hates Star Wars.
That's not my Luke. That's
But
not my
He doesn't know
despises
anything about Star Wars.
He spit in the face of Star Wars.
Oh,
All that to say,
No.
that's a long shot. In
Yeah.
the immediate future, though, if I had to give one more, I would say, I really do. We kind of already tied on it, though, but the Solo, I would love more of the live action stuff for the Solo. We've tied on it as far as the Maul stuff, the
I
Crimson
really
Dawn
want
stuff.
Crimson Dawn stuff. Like that's
The
just,
Solo
it's just
stuff is-
interesting.
I really want more of that.
Yeah.
Could be.
Could
be.
be.
I would like it.
Could be. Is there any character that we maybe haven't discussed yet that we thinking about it might really want some more of?
It would have been Boba Fett, but that's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been.
That's true.
It would have been Ahsoka.
Right.
They fulfilled a lot of my.
Obi-Wan, Anakin
wishes.
would have been all them. Thrawn.
Right.
I mean,
I would like a series with some more Maz.
Maz would be.
I like
that would be
Maz.
cool to explore.
Maz, especially in The Force Awakens, when she gets the most to do, is like,
Mhm.
man, that's a very
yeah.
different. At first, they kind of teases like, is she like a Yoda type of a wise
Yep.
character? But
Yeah.
she's also, I like that
Ooh,
Wookiee.
I got
I'm like,
one.
whoa,
I
she's
like
got a
that
little wild
Wookiee.
side to her.
Ooh.
But
I got one too.
got
Go
it.
ahead.
go for it. I had
I don't
nothing
know
else
how
after
they
that.
would do it, but it would be cool to see more of a young Dooku. A young
Yeah.
Dooku. And maybe him with Qui-Gon
Qui-Gon.
before Dooku turns bad, or part of maybe seeing that transition. I don't know. I just feel like those two characters are very unique.
Yep.
And they're kind of the opposite side of opposite side of a coin. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yep.
One's light, one's dark, but I feel like they kind of think the same. And Dooku even tells Obi-Wan that Qui-Gon you'd be surprised. Basically, is what he's saying. That
Yeah.
Qui-Gon might think differently than what you're saying. Seems like they think similarly, and
Yep.
it'd be interesting to kind of see the connection they have, where they are similar, but then also kind of seeing stuff of, well, here's where Dooku is going a little too far.
Yeah.
Maybe.
can
I don't
see
know.
see what's coming.
Yeah, kind of like how they hinted at Anakin was getting a little bit darker and darker with the things he was doing.
Yeah.
But kind of seeing that play out with a younger Dooku and Qui-Gon would be
For sure.
would be interesting.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
I have an idea pitch to Kathy's a somewhat infrequent podcast listener.
Yeah.
But Kathy Kennedy, if you're listening, Star Wars Connections. Here's my pitch. We take iconic moments from Star Wars. Now that we've got all these characters introduced, right? We got Boba Fett coming. We're gonna have Anakin as Vader again. We got Obi-Wan.
You got
Ahsoka. We take the unseen moments of Star Wars. Things that happen, things we know happen behind the scenes.
Sure.
And we then reveal to the viewers how it played out in half-hour episodes. For example,
Wow.
the first one I thought of, right? The one thing I always wanted to know, when Vader spins off in episode 4 and flies away,
Yeah.
what happens in that moment?
Yeah.
How does he get to where he's going, and what occurs to get him back in?
Yeah.
That would be an episode.
I like it.
Interesting.
Beggar's Canyon.
Beggar's Canyon. We could just see a glimpse of Luke at Beggar's Canyon
Yeah.
shooting Womp Rants at his T-16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a half-hour
That's it.
episode. And we see connections with Uncle Owen, Aunt Beru. We see the
Yeah.
stuff with Tashi Station.
I like
mean,
it.
There could be so many
Yeah.
cool moments where we connect the dots of unseen moments
Sure.
that we've always wanted to know.
Yeah.
Like, for example, we're going to get one of these, I believe, in Boba Fett with the Sarlacc pit.
Yep.
We're gonna connect that. We're gonna see that. But there are so many little moments, and it
Sure.
doesn't even have to be within a storyline. It doesn't. We can just connect the moments between.
Yeah.
I would love.
Doesn't have to lead to something else. Just kind of filling
know
in.
where
Here's
it's going.
kind of what happened, and then
That's
it.
exactly right.
That
We know where it's
Joe
going.
just gave
I like
us
that.
one. Kind of what
I like
you're
that a
saying.
lot.
He
Yeah.
mentioned episode 8 when Maz is out fighting someone, but like the hologram or whatever calls in, tells Finn and Rose about the code breaker. What was that about?
That would be
You
a
could
great
see
one to
the,
see.
her perspective, seeing her send that message, but
That's
then going
right.
right back in the battle.
We
and seeing
pick it
that
up
play out.
from her doing the call, and then she's back in. Ma's character. I mean, there's so much we could do there.
Yeah,
It would
How about
unlock the Rose character more. So much stuff that's happening.
Rose and Paige both.
I mean,
I got a big
Poe,
one.
There's a
Yeah.
million.
How about
things.
the actual? Show us the actual. Similar to, I think of like Two Towers. Gandalf falls. Two Towers starts where now we have
That's
Gandalf's
it.
perspective and we see what
Yeah.
happens. That could be similar to the Vader moment. Instead of us
Absolutely.
following Luke and going off with the rest of the convoy and meeting up with
Yeah.
the other rebels, he spins off and now we follow Vader.
Right.
Or in addition, not or, Palpatine falls.
Right.
Bang.
That's what I was about to
Now
say.
give us just, and this can be
Yeah.
a flash through time of just this happens and this happens, then all of a sudden these Sith acolytes
Beautiful.
are working on him and stuff,
Yeah.
and then you hear, then it's a flashback to him. In case I die, clone me 1,000,000 times, and then all of a sudden you get all this, and it's in
That's right.
Snoke, even, and then it's Snoke, and it shows him.
Isn't this
he's whispering in his
exciting?
ear and stuff. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
What's the best moment of
watch-
Rogue One?
Oh yeah.
What's the best moment?
The very
Yeah.
end.
The piece that
very end
connects
right
us
there,
between
the
that
connection.
and 4.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
best moment of the
So
whole movie.
good.
We could do that.
Yeah.
They could do that tons of
Oh
times.
my gosh. That
Telling
would
you.
be sweet.
Each one would spin to its own show, potentially, whichever one catches.
That
Expand that into a whole thing.
And, I mean,
that's,
they might
that's a
get
great
to
one.
this in some show. They might get to this
Mm-hmm.
if they're doing a mall show. But the end of Solo, Kira.
Absolutely.
What happens when she answers the call
We
to
don't have
Maul
to tell the
and
whole
then
movie.
just go off and yeah.
If it catches, then we got some.
Yeah. No, that's great. What would your pitch be? What's it called?
As
Shorts? I don't
Star
know.
Wars Connections.
Star Wars Connections.
We're gonna
Love
connect the pieces for you.
Star Wars connects, and then
Star Wars
Connects.
and then in the middle of each episode they have a like a '90s commercial, and it's everyone playing with Connects.
Connects, right?
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
it. Get a little
love it.
advertising money.
Why
Disney
not?
needs money.
Why not?
That'd
Yeah.
be
And
nice.
if they don't do it, we'll make them.
We'll make
We'll
them
do
do
it.
it. We'll make the episodes, or
No,
we'll
we'll
make
make
'em?
the episodes.
We don't do it.
Yeah.
We'll make Kathy do it.
We'll just do the.
Oh,
We'll
man.
have somebody animate it and do the voices.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be
That's
perfect.
good. Star
like that.
Wars
That's-
Connections.
That got me excited right there. Is thinking of just the possibilities for that.
Endless.
endless possibilities.
That could be like a side series on the YouTube channel and be like, here's our theory for what happens right after this moment.
Oh,
Boom.
man.
Us explaining what we would pitch or
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I've got one.
What you
As
got?
Nate would say, I've got a wish list.
Power
Let's hear your
converter.
list.
Ellie says power converter.
Love it.
Mhm.
That'd be great. Yeah, just give me a whole Tashi Station episode
Yeah.
of just the different people coming to, like, how many times is,
We were gonna get that.
yeah.
Isn't
There's-
that coming? Obi-Wan's gonna spend his time on Tatooine.
Obi-Wan, and by the
Oh,
way,
we're getting
there's
there.
Why
been a
wouldn't we
lot
hit
of-
Tashi Station?
There's been a lot of speculation in the most recent the most recent trailer that Boba's going to go to Tashi Station. Some of the
Ooh, yeah.
stills of like
That's true. Boba's there too.
of the guy who was like
Sure.
getting kind of beaten up and stuff like that had like Tatooine
Tashi
robes on and stuff.
Yeah.
There's speculation that he's I can't remember the guy's if I look it up. A deleted scene character from A New Hope who is friends with Luke or has some ties to Luke. I think he's deleted scene. He was in like the novelization.
Yeah.
And
One of the deleted scenes was Biggs was in there.
Biggs one and this
it a different one?
gosh, is his name
Hmm.
Cammy?
Tank. No.
Cammy? Tammy? Something, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But
Yeah.
people are saying that it looks very similar, that it's the description stuff that he's possibly has some ties. And that would be funny if he was like, hey, so I haven't seen Luke in a long time. What's that guy up to? And Boba Fett's like, I don't even want to say, just don't even ask me about that guy.
that would be awesome.
But I think we could get some Tashi Station and both Obi-Wan.
and or
Tell me
either
Obi-Wan
or.
doesn't
Yeah.
need gas once in a while, goes to Tashi Station to fill
Right.
up his speeder bike or whatever he's got. I don't know.
Yeah.
Luke goes there all the time. He's gonna be watching him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone's got to pick up the power converter.
Someone's got to pick
Someone
up the
has
power
to.
converter.
Yeah.
I've got a wish.
Is it a list or just a wish?
It's a list.
All right.
All right. Let's hear it.
The whole list consists of one thing.
One-
Give me a live action Darth Plagueis. Give me a
Oh,
little Darth
man.
Plagueis, even if it's just a.
Visually, what a great
Yes.
character. Just the whole thing.
Give me Plagueis. It could be.
I'll go deeper. Bane too.
You can't go deeper. This is my wish list.
Nope.
This is surface level.
Added.
I
to
want
the wish.
surface level Plagueis and nothing more. Give me no heart, no
level.
emotion,
No deeper.
no ties.
All up here.
I want nothing but Plagueis. Okay, continue.
No, I was just gonna say
planet
Bane.
full
Just
of
seeing
mutants.
not necessarily just the connection between Plagueis and Palpatine, but Plagueis and Bane too. Where some of the deeper stuff. The reason I say that is because we saw some of Bane.
Not that Bane. It's a different Bane. I will wield a saber.
So you think darkness is a ally? The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities, some considered to be unnatural.
You think Palpatine is your ally?
That's great.
No, but just because they already teased Bane in
Right.
was it Clone Wars? Clone
Yeah.
Wars, yeah. So
Which, by the way, you know who do you know who voiced Bane in the Clone Wars?
tell me,
Mark Hamill.
really?
I heard that recently.
Oh, wow.
Really? Oh, that's
Wow.
great.
That's
he,
great.
I love
That's
that.
great. Joe
played-
said, "I want to see some Luke and Lando searching for Wayfinders."
yes. By the way, that book is coming out
Yeah.
next year. I don't remember the name of
What-
it.
yeah, I was gonna
the
say, what's it
official
called?
Star Wars announced it. The
Yeah.
a number of books coming out. There's another Obi-Wan. There's another Obi-Wan and Anakin book coming out. But there's this book of that time period of the searching for Sith relics. It even mentions what's his name? The guy they're chasing, the Sith,
Oh yeah.
the Jedi hunter.
Sure.
But the searching for artifacts and stuff, and it says this is the story of the novel that's coming out. One of the novels coming out next year is
Yeah.
Master Luke Skywalker with older Lando.
Wow.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah. Oh, give me some young Ben Solo. The
Mhm.
Academy. Luke before
Little
things
Jedi
turned
Academy.
bad. What was that like?
Mhm.
Luke post Return of the Jedi.
Mhm.
Them kind of rebuilding a little bit of that. I mean, we saw a little bit of Mando, but I mean
Yeah.
more of like getting that, trying to build the Academy that he's doing, and
Are we gonna get more Grogu? Or is that it?
I feel like
The
we
MacGuffin,
have
Grogu
to.
MacGuffin is
I
over.
feel like
I feel
this.
like we
have
have
to.
to, but I don't think it'll be as much. But I feel like
I wonder what the what the plan is there. It very much felt like season 2, the end of that final episode of season 2 of Mando was the closing of the arc for sure of
That
I'm trying to get
chapter's
you to
over.
a Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It does not make sense for Mando's story
Yeah,
to
How
then
does that-
just veer off and become the Luke Skywalker
can't.
Grogu show.
Mm-hmm.
But also Disney knows that everyone loves more Luke Skywalker and obviously loves Grogu. And we need to, I don't know if need is the right word, but people wonder where is Grogu come Rey time?
Mm-hmm.
When they're fighting the
Yeah.
First Order, does Grogu end up in? That's why people speculate, does Grogu end up in the Luke school that doesn't
Yeah.
make it? Or
Mm-hmm.
where does or does he go to Mortis?
You just
or
made me
does
think of
he
something.
end up somewhere that he's just in the Outer Rim somewhere? And so it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense that he would play a part in the Star Wars because
Right.
he's not about the war. He's doing
Yeah.
something else. I don't know.
you made me think of something.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I do that sometimes.
You're welcome.
These timelines get me all kind of confused. But somebody got Grogu out of the Jedi Temple,
Yeah.
Coruscant, right?
We don't
Yeah.
know who.
We do know who. Is that
No,
what you said?
we don't know who.
Could it been Obi-Wan? And we see Grogu in Obi-Wan Kenobi.
When would he have gotten him out, though? You mean like he's on
Well,
a ship in Mustafar?
Well, I don't know, but Obi-Wan and Yoda were pretty much the last two, it seemed like.
The question is, does it say that he was? Does it say that he was rescued, or could he have been gotten out before Order 66 even happened?
That's a
I
good
don't know
point.
if it-
Is that
but, yeah,
not
I don't know
every
if they
Jedi?
clarify.
That's
Was
a good
there.
point.
Yeah.
Not every Jedi lives in the Jedi Temple and is constantly there. Because
Mhm.
they showed Jedi
Sure.
across the galaxy.
Right. I
getting-
can't remember how they said
I
it.
don't remember. I have
Got
to go,
him
that's a
out.
good
I know.
point.
Or
I need
was
to rewatch. Yeah.
Saved
How
or
it was worded with the
taken out,
conversation with Ahsoka.
left with.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe chat knows, but
That could be.
yeah.
That begs the question then: how did he get away?
How did he
How did
lose
he
the grass?
lo-
Like how did
yeah.
Yoda or Grogu? I mean, and Obi-Wan. Yeah. I
You
don't
know who took him out? Palpatine. What I'm talking
The Kaminoans.
well, it had to be Mace Windu.
the
Well,
Where's the
'cause he
golden
wants
buzzer
him
now?
back. He
Mace
wants him
Windu.
back, right?
Had to be.
I don't know.
The Kaminoans.
I don't know.
No.
They're always smuggling
They're
clones
always
out.
doing
the Surviving Order 66 made me think. Give me some more Cal Kestis live action, not just a Fallen Order 2 game. Although I do want that.
Yeah.
That's definitely on the list. That's a list of.
That's
its
got to
own.
be coming, right?
That's got to be coming.
Okay, yeah.
But I was just saying, give me some live action Cal Kestis
Cal
and
Kestis.
see a little bit more of that story.
I got
Well,
one.
Night Sisters.
They
coming
might.
at
I got
you.
a feeling they might keep it to the game. Keep it to the game stuff.
Maybe.
They might.
But yeah.
But also, I got one.
Oh,
Ooh.
we don't want to hear
okay,
it.
yeah.
This might be my favorite one yet. Of mine.
Oh,
This might be top of my wish list, and I think it's likely to happen.
Okay.
It's a two-parter,
I'll allow it.
so it's a wish list.
Do we need to get out the golden buzzer for this?
This is
Is this a
guaranteed.
guarantee.
That's
Chuck, the Blazers got swept, and you guarantee
I
it.
didn't know.
It's kind of a two-parter. It all surrounds Ahsoka.
Okay.
My wish list is two conversations.
Seems simple.
I need a conversation. I need a.
It's going for my wish for I need.
I need. Yes, true.
If this
I
doesn't
demand.
happen,
No,
that's
my
not
wish
my
list.
style.
Dave
my
Filoni
wish-
ruined my
wish-
adulthood.
That's not my Ahsoka.
Oh man.
There's only one person's Ahsoka, and it's Dave Filoni's Ahsoka.
That's
If
true.
there's ever a character, somebody, it's Ahsoka's Filoni.
Yeah.
And Ashley Eckstein. And Rosario Dawson. Okay. The conversation I want to have, not me have, I want to see, is a conversation with
We're gonna get it.
Ahsoka
We're gonna get it.
and Luke.
Oh.
Buzzer.
Yeah.
Ahsoka and Luke.
Telling her everything's okay.
telling her everything's to tell her what happened
Man.
with Anakin, what happened and how.
I thought you were going to say Ahsoka and Anakin.
Well, I said there was two-parter.
Okay, all right.
Ahsoka
I'm
and
skipping
Anakin.
ahead.
Ahsoka and Anakin
Yeah.
is a conversation that I
Sure.
want us to have. But even more, maybe even more than that, it makes sense. Ahsoka is around in the time of Luke Skywalker in
Mhm.
this Mandalorian time period
Yeah.
that they've now both introduced both characters. Now, they're not on the same journey. Like, she even says, okay,
Right.
you need, Grogu needs to go with him. I'm
Right.
doing my own thing. I'm going here. But as far as for closure, emotional closure, when we see Ahsoka years later now in the Mandalorian time period, she is still very broken up about the fact of what happens to Anakin.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When she starts talking,
She can't even train.
she can't. Yeah,
Right.
she can't
Because
even
of it.
train because of it. She talks about this has happened. It's happened to the best of us. She's talking and it's emotional and you can tell it's emotional in her voice. She's
Yeah.
she's thinking about it, and if Luke could just tell her, this is what happened, just so you know, I was with my father in the last. Also, Luke just talking
he
with
is my father.
you are the apprentice of my father. Like that's just
Yeah.
be someone that's so influential in.
Oh yeah.
I don't know anything about my father other than the
Yeah.
brief moments I had, the few encounters with Vader. I want to sit down
Yeah.
and talk with the person who's with him on a
Nobody-
daily basis.
Nobody
That's
had a
as
closer
much-
connection to Anakin than
No
Ahsoka.
one.
It's as
Yeah, on the
much of a-
planet.
yeah.
Even his
Yeah.
mother, because they were so separated for
Like
so.
that conversation.
And the other person who would have had the close connection with him was Obi-Wan, and who told
That wasn't-
virtually
yeah.
nothing to Luke.
Right,
That's
right, right.
That's
I
right.
was
He
gonna
essentially
say-
was like, "Oh, I don't know much about
About
it.
it,
Yes,
yeah.
your father was a great star pilot. Yes,
You
yes."
must go
Something I
kill
was saying.
you.
I'm the
Yes.
cutting boy. I'm
Yes.
the good friend.
But I was gonna say that.
Obi-Wan, who then, sorry, last thing.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Obi-Wan, who's supposed to be close with Anakin, whose last words to Luke are basically, "You have to go murder him. Go
Mhm.
kill him." You're like, well, maybe
Right.
I'll go sit down with
He
Ahsoka.
left out
who's-
that. He told me he hated me, and I watched him burn.
Yes.
That's
I had
not
no part in
relevant.
this.
That's not
Yes.
relevant.
You have to finish him before he comes after me in the afterlife. He's
Yeah.
okay. Continue.
No, I was
Technically,
just gonna
betrayed.
elaborate.
Murdered your father.
You're right. I was just gonna elaborate on what you were saying about that conversation. I feel like it's a conversation as much as it's needed for Ahsoka, it is for Luke. Even though Luke had some closure,
Yes.
he still wants to know more about. I had closure with knowing that he turned back
He
to the
never
light side at the end
knew-
and he saved me, but I want to know the good things about him before all
and,
the
and
evil.
no one can really
Like,
tell.
who
him,
was he really before the dark side consumed him? Because from Luke's perspective, the dark side's not his father.
Right.
That's not him.
That's right.
That's why he said, I'm a Jedi like my father before me.
Right.
And he's saying that to Vader. He's saying that because he's saying, like, you're not my father.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Jedi like my father, who was Anakin.
Who's not here anymore?
And he wants to know more about what that was like.
Hmm.
That's what I'm
And
saying. It's
Ahsoka could tell him
man,
those stories. the
Closure
stuff
for
we
her
heard.
and information for him that
Right.
fills out the character of who his dad
Right.
was, that he didn't truly. He got a couple of sentences from Obi-Wan, and
That's at the top.
What's her
of my
Not
quote?
much.
list.
What's her quote? Of, people would be surprised with how kind he was, or
How
something
kind
like
he
that, right?
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's something Luke needs to hear. I feel.
Man, that's the top of my list.
Yeah,
That's higher on the list than Ahsoka and Anakin.
yeah.
Because how does that conversation start? Luke is the gap to bridge them back together.
And is your
Yeah.
Ahsoka and Anakin? You mean like Force Ghost Anakin and Ahsoka conversation?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Force Ghost Anakin.
Yeah.
But I do agree. I think maybe the Anakin Force Ghost with Ahsoka might
many
come
questions
after.
for a Force-
It might come after the conversation with Luke.
And yeah, and,
Feels
and
like
the
it's a man.
conversations. Yeah, I just feel like
Because
Yeah.
the Luke conversation doesn't feel like it could happen after. It feels like it has to happen first.
yeah,
Maybe not.
yeah.
And maybe it's Luke who teaches her, "Hey, I can teach you to commune with your master."
Could
And
be.
then that's kind of where that goes, because as far as he knows, I mean, he saw Anakin at the end of,
That's right.
so he knows he's got that connection now.
Yeah.
But maybe she doesn't have that knowledge yet to be able to do that, and that's why she hasn't
Mm-hmm.
been able to communicate with him since then. Because Yoda's
It's
the
not a
one
thing
who
everybody has.
Yoda tells Obi-Wan, "I can teach, like Qui-Gon
Yeah.
can teach." So it seems like it needs to be both ways. It's not just a Force ghost showing up to you.
You need to learn how
You kind
to.
of need to be able to have that power as well.
Mhm.
I don't know.
It's the top. I think that's the top of my wish list right
Man,
now. It's
yeah.
just as far as there's some stuff that's like, oh, it'd be cool seeing this character show up in this, and it'd be kind of a cool fan servicey as far as like, oh, of course I'd love to see this actor again or this. this feels like important for their characters too. Of
Yeah.
We
she's
talked about
struggling
the
with this.
one
Yeah.
thing in Ahsoka that unresolved. That's
That's
she can't-
it. Is
she
that's
can't
the
move
big.
forward.
That is the equivalent to that is Obi-Wan. That is Luke surviving with the knowledge of Ben Solo fell to the
Yeah.
dark. This is why we always
Right.
say all this stuff connects. Time Uncles connects. This is why we love Star Wars and these deep connections throughout all of
Yeah.
these things and these parallels of Luke, older Luke Skywalker, going to Octo because he feels the weight of feeling like he failed as a master, training.
Yeah.
Ben Solo falls, turns into Kylo Ren. He feels the weight of that. Old Ben feels the weight of it's just the looming thing. That's
Right.
what the Kenobi series is going to deal with
Right.
a lot of the aftermath and just the brokenness inside and the turmoil of Qui-Gon left me with him. And would things have been different if I was a different trainer, or was this always going to happen?
It's
Is
on
this
me.
me? It's on me. And this is a thing too of Ahsoka's dealing with it too because she is like, I feel responsible. She had such a close.
Sure.
She's like,
Right.
how could I not see this coming, or how could I not have prevented
Mm-hmm.
this from happening? This feels like this couldn't. So she
Man,
feels
I would
even the
love
weight of that. It's just there's a lot of it.
It's at the top of my list.
Yeah.
I just would love that.
Agree.
Ooh.
I agree.
Be a cool moment too. Also, just two of the coolest, like as far as just most beloved Star Wars characters of a Luke Skywalker.
And here's what
Ahsoka, but just a great weight of an emotional moment there.
Here's what makes
Oh,
that
yeah.
possible too. I don't want to underplay what they're able to do, but the technology of watching a full action Luke running around with a lightsaber,
Yeah,
but to have a
That's tough.
conversation with
Yeah.
a Luke, that's possible. The
Yeah, they can do.
technology is
Sure.
there to do it.
They've done it.
They've done it.
that's
It
very
just-
different than having a Luke Skywalker led series
Show.
now.
It just-
yeah,
I don't
right.
know.
That
That's
just
That's
seems
a little more difficult.
very
that seems
expensive.
very
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
doable, and definitely would love to see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love
And
it.
for those tuning in, Parker, welcome. Thanks for tuning
welcome.
in.
Yeah, thank you for
This
watching.
is the Star Wars Christmas wish list, where we are
Making
discussing
our-
things that we wish to happen in the future. Could be on the shows or movies, stuff we want to see happen.
Games.
And also it could be
Ooh.
games. It could be physical stuff. Do you want a lightsaber? Do I wish? Which I do. I want another one.
You know what I want?
Could be
I
could be
wish-
things like
anything.
that.
I would like to wish for a Star Wars guys NFT.
Ooh,
Star Wars guys NFT. That
And
is
I would-
fantastic.
and
And
I-
I'll go deeper.
Ah,
I
go.
wish for it to be a good one.
Ooh,
Successful.
A good one.
a good price.
I
Right.
wish for millions and millions of dollars from the Star Wars guys NFT.
From the
of
Star Wars
course.
Guys NFT,
Yes,
right.
I had to
Nothing
tie it
else.
together.
Nothing
yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Right. Have we got our metaverse room set up for the Star Wars guys yet?
We're just gonna digitize this right
This
here.
is it.
Yeah.
Where you're in it.
Yeah. And going
Ooh.
off of our Star Wars names, we will
Matrix
also have
4.
Star Wars look. Our own.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right.
I've got one.
There.
Star Wars wish. I also think could happen. I actually think this is very likely.
Get my button out.
I
Bump for
Oh,
would
guarantee.
love to see Liam Neeson
Oh.
as Qui-Gon Jinn in
Has
the
to,
in
in
the Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan.
series.
I think they have to.
Golden
Right?
buzzer. Golden buzzer. We're hitting it.
Because
Guaranteed.
Obi-Wan has
Yeah,
no,
too.
he's no guy. He's no teacher now. He's by himself.
Yeah.
He's-
And it's perfectly
And that's
set
the
up.
mission. That's why he
He
went.
came
That's
back
why he went.
recently
It's
to
per-
voice in Clone Wars.
He's
Oh,
open
man.
about wanting to be back.
I
in
told
the
you recently I
series.
saw him doing an interview. It was like a YouTube interview, like a Zoom thing or something, and he's talking about some movie he's in. He's asked a Star Wars question. He's like, "Would you like to see my lightsaber?" He's just got it behind him. You know, like,
Wow.
this dude does not hate Star Wars. Like this,
Not at all.
this is a guy who's thinks very fond of his time on Star Wars, even though he's such a diverse, successful career.
Right.
Feels like that's a
Yeah.
character that he would love to reprise the
Yeah.
role of. So
I think he
I
has
would
to.
love to.
I think
Has
it's
to.
guaranteed. Guaranteed.
I would love to
If
see
it doesn't happen,
If it doesn't happen.
guaranteed. Parker's
I have
got
a very
one.
specific
He
set
said,
of
"I have a
skills."
question. If Hunter died in the Bad Batch,
Ooh.
who would you like to take his leadership position?" I might need a refresher.
We've talked
Ooh.
about this.
Did we talk about
We've
this?
talked about.
What did
we
we talk about?
we didn't talk about if Hunter died, but we did talk that it was. I shouldn't say we didn't talk about who would take his place. We talked about that one of the batch has to die. And it feels like
Oh,
Hunter
yeah.
might. Could it be already? Could it be Omega?
Yeah.
It feels like they're setting up that she's
I
very
don't know.
capable.
She is.
They don't.
Very
They're getting to
capable.
where they trust her. She has great ideas. She's good under
Yeah.
pressure.
Can I tell you who I don't think
Is
it's
that
going
a
to be?
wish? You wish it would be if there was somebody you would wish it was.
I can't. I'm
Omega?
not sure who else I
I
would
don't think
put
it's going to
there.
be Wrecker.
It's not gonna be
I
Wrecker.
feel like Wrecker's.
That's a good
probably
thought,
bottom
though.
tier. Yeah.
It's not going to be Crosshair.
Oh, no.
No, I think. I think it
Could
may-
be.
Omega.
Could be.
maybe. They're definitely setting up that she is capable. She's saved them now multiple times.
Are they getting to the point where they can't call him the Bad Batch anymore? I mean, still the Good Batch now.
You're the good batch.
Although Bad Batch from a cloning perspective,
Quick
ma-
little
makes sense. Still.
tangent.
It's true.
Do we have any idea, or where do we think Bad Batch Season 2 is going?
Oh man,
There also hasn't been a ton of news about that recently yet, but
Yeah.
I would expect that within the next few months there's going to be some
something.
Yeah.
first tease or at least the news of here's the
Yeah.
date or something. I know obviously it ended with like going into some cloning stuff or
Mhm.
even more cloning stuff. The whole thing's about cloning. Obviously they're clones.
clones.
But with the Kaminoans, they're moving facilities. Yeah,
I got a wish for this.
Go for it. I had
Well-
nothing else.
Boba Fett and Bad Batch.
A Boba Omega
Boba-
meetup.
Omega and Alpha.
Omega. Ooh.
Yeah.
Because we got we got
Omega.
Fennec Shand already
Yeah.
Yeah.
trying to get working for one of the Kaminoans.
Yeah.
Kaminoans.
Yeah.
Boba's out there. Cloners are all
I
connected.
feel like them teasing the name is a complete setup for that. That's bound
Omega.
to happen.
right?
Alpha and Omega. They wouldn't just throw that like Omega. Okay, that's one thing that makes
Yeah.
sense. But then to actually come back later and say, "Oh yeah, by the way, Boba was Alpha."
the Alpha.
Okay, well,
Beginning and
they're
end.
definitely meeting at some point.
Are we
Right.
gonna
Got
get
to.
It's Boba's wife. Oh, that can't be. That's his sister.
Are we gonna get some live action Cad Bane?
Oh man,
Would they do it?
Gunslinger.
that'd be so great.
Would be cool.
Yeah.
An old Cad Bane against when Boba's.
I think
grown.
we'll get some more Bosk in
Yeah,
Boba.
I think we will.
Yeah, Cad Bane. That would be sweet.
Parker's with us.
Yeah.
He was thinking
Thank
Omega.
you. Yeah.
man. Could be.
I think that's. I mean, it's funny because she's a child, but they really built up throughout that.
She's the oldest.
Yeah. True.
She's the oldest.
True. They make it a point of
She doesn't
that.
have
Technically,
experience
she's-
yet, but she's
Technically.
definitely wiser than they
Yeah.
are.
and she
in
has
many ways.
she has the
Yeah.
balance of we're not just looking at this from a military standpoint. She has the heart, but she
Definitely.
also
Very capable.
has the she has the ability.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
started to figure. I mean, at least once that I remember, they're all doomed, and
Oh.
they're like, "Stay in the ship," and she's like,
Multiple times.
no," and then comes out and saves
Yeah.
them.
Hunter
multiple
gets stuck
times.
in that like tunnel
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
She shows up.
Telling the trap when they're all
Trap.
stuck on the planet with the what the small
The Rancor.
yeah the
Yeah,
Rancor.
yeah.
Rancor.
Junior, what was
that
his
was a
name?
great connection.
what was
too,
the
by way,
Rancor's name?
To Jabba's palace.
Anybody? What was the Rancor's name in Bad Batch? Forgot his name. It wasn't Junior. It was something like that.
No, it was if I heard it. Say it in the chat if you've got it.
Yeah.
People were speculating I saw on YouTube of whether or not in one of the recent Boba Fett little TV spots it shows Boba and Fennec open the thing and lean over.
Lean
And they're
over.
saying who's to say Jabba only had one Rancor there?
Right.
Yeah.
This could be the other one.
That
They
could
could have
be the other one.
Sure.
could be.
Yeah.
Rancor.
It does show them.
They
I was
did.
thinking
It
this
shows them
because in the
back up and
teaser,
look
that
over.
trailer definitely shows them like move forward, like on Jabba's platform.
Right.
And it's shot from an angle
can
that's
see-
looking down, so it looks like they're looking into the pit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool to see that.
Gosh.
Man.
There's so many things I would
Yeah.
love to. I'd love to get any other wish list items off the top of your head.
Yeah, if we're going items, there are a couple things. I guess I could just rattle them off. I'll always take more Funkos. More
Funkos.
Funko Pops.
Yeah.
Some more Star Wars. We collected them for a while, but it's been a while since we got some new ones.
I love
And
it.
I know they came out with some cool ones from Bad Batch and
Yeah.
some Mando stuff. They got
Cool.
Luke from Mando.
Yeah.
With the hood up and stuff.
Uh-huh.
They had that pop come out.
Yeah.
It looked really neat.
Right.
That's cool. We can always add some merch to our setup here.
Oh yeah.
We could.
I mean, another lightsaber. That just goes without saying. Of course, I
We'll
would
be
love to
bringing
get.
3
I don't have a
home.
NeoPixel lightsaber.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Have a few more.
We got 3 appointments set up. all three of my kids are going.
Yeah, that's right.
Even my 5-year-old, he's gonna flip, man.
That whole experience.
great
He is going
crazy.
to lose it. He's gonna flip out.
That whole experience. That Savvy's is it Savvy's Savvy's workshop.
Savvy's.
Yeah.
Savvy's workshop is so neat.
He's gonna flip like Yoda versus Dooku.
He might.
That's gonna get a little sugar in him too.
Oh my
Eat
God.
some sugar and
Get
just
some Mountain Dew going.
oh
Send
yeah.
him in there.
for sure.
When they raise the sabers, he's gonna be like,
He's gonna feel him elevating off
All right,
the ground
here's
as
music.
he's just-
swells. Oh,
Yeah.
What
tears in my eyes.
color do you think he'll go with? Do you have
Man,
any
that's a
idea?
great question. So three of my so we went a couple years ago, pre-pandemic, pre-co, and we made a deal. My son and I got sabers, and my daughters got wands because we went to Universal.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay? Switching this time. So my son and I will get wands,
Okay.
and my little boy didn't get either. He was only 3, so he's 5 now. So he'll get a saber, and then my daughters will get sabers. So
Okay.
we have a 15-year-old, a 14-year-old tomorrow, and a 5-year-old. What color do you think they're gonna get? You guys know my kids too.
Yeah.
I think Eli will be tempted. He'll be drawn to the dark side.
I was gonna say.
I
think
believe
I,
maybe
I
he's
would say
tempted.
red.
He'd be tempted.
Might go
I believe
red.
we might
Micah-
see
Micah
an
got
orange.
red, right?
Micah got red,
Orange.
And you got
blue.
blue.
That's what I got. It's blue.
Red and blue.
I think we may see. If I had to guess, I would say orange, green, and red.
Have they added orange to
Orange
that?
was there. Yeah,
Oh,
orange was there when
wow.
we were there.
Oh wow, we didn't have
Didn't
orange.
have it.
We didn't
Yep.
have orange. We
Would they
had
have purple?
They may have white.
They have white?
now.
they
Or was it
had
just
white and yellow in the park, but
But they weren't the
not
Savvies.
part of the Savvies.
They were the
For us,
legacy,
it was
right?
it was only red, green, blue, purple.
Were
That was
white
it.
just part of the legacy sabers, or
White-
could you buy the crystals?
You could
or
get
what?
the crystal, but remember they
They
took
were
them
out.
off the shelf
Yeah.
for our opening day.
I'll
they took
bet
them
you now they have white and they had orange when we were there. I bet you they have white now.
off. They probably have all of them in the experience now, maybe. But
Yeah.
I would
Gosh.
love the white Ahsoka. That glow is nice.
They should sell a dual saber.
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh yeah.
$200, $400. You get a dual saber.
Yeah.
2.
If you
You
could,
could just buy 2, I guess. But
if you could pick, I guess we can turn this to a wish. Any legacy saber, so an actual character saber that you can get at Galaxy's
Mhm.
Edge. For any reason, it could be because you like the character, or it could just be because you think the hilt looks cool or the color's cool. What would it be? I think I know mine, but I want to hear yours. I wanna hear yours.
Go for it.
I think just from just appealing, just the hilt, the way it looks, I think Mace Windu's got a pretty cool looking
Mace?
saber. Got some gold and black in there, some
Right.
silver, and throwing out the purple color is really
Pretty-
really
yeah.
cool. I think that might be the first one I would go to if I was to get a legacy saber.
that'd be it.
And canon-wise, is Mace's lightsaber just out there in Coruscant somewhere?
That's a good point. Who's got Maz probably picked it up. She's picking up sabers.
Or he picked it up when he walked away.
That's true.
Because he's going to come back and get Grogu.
He's coming back in
He's
the.
alive.
He's going to train Grogu.
Guaranteed.
Imagine the.
I hit the button on that. I think.
Imagine. I'll hit the button on this too.
I'll hit the
Imagine-
button just cause.
I retract my button.
If you're not if you weren't here before, the button is the guarantee button.
Yeah.
It's our golden buzzer. It's a
golden buzzer
guarantee.
guarantee.
Star Wars guys guarantee.
Would they, or people be like, what's the point? I'm just thinking of Disney Plus.
Sure.
I'm thinking of like Lando, the name of the show. Okay, Kenobi or Obi-Wan Kenobi, I think is what they're gonna call it. Grogu, and there's just a Disney Plus Grogu show announced. Or is that already
Taking the
what we
button
got?
away.
We kind of already got.
I'm taking the button away.
Yeah, this is not a guarantee. I was saying I was
you
saying
no longer have this button.
no, I was
Won't be
going
needing
with
this anymore.
going with this was tied to lightsabers. Would be that
Ooh.
if they create a
Oh.
Grogu series
Yeah.
or a Luke and Grogu thing and it showed a Grogu lightsaber,
That would be a yeah.
what lightsaber color would it be?
Well, did you see
I
that?
think that's a good.
I mean, that was
teaser-
a
it
that was a
fake,
fan thing,
the
but
fake Grogu poster. Did you see that going
No.
around?
it was like a fan art.
It was a
thing.
fan art poster.
So
but
it was a
like-
fart?
It was like, see,
It was
it
a
was a fart.
fart.
It Isn't that what the short version of that is?
Classic.
Fan art?
Yeah, fan art. It was
Fart.
a fart.
It was a fart.
It was a great fart, by the way. This fart was probably
The
the greatest
best.
fart.
We're probably taking the
Greatest.
buzzer away.
It was,
Yeah.
but no, it was basically like someone's like, hey, Mando season 3, and it was like a fan art thing.
Oh,
the fart.
that's.
And it was Grogu.
You're not going to unhear
I
that
will
now.
never. It will always.
I
be
do that to my kids all the time. They can't unhear the dumb stuff I come up
Wouldn't
with.
want it any other way.
Yeah, well.
But it was Grogu with a yellow saber, and I thought it looked great.
Yellow.
It looked cool. Which, going off that, is canon through comics now and maybe books that Luke also had a yellow lightsaber post Return of the Jedi.
He had a yellow lightsaber on the Star Wars
That's
figure.
true. That's true.
The
The
little
OG,
sliver that comes up.
the original
was
Star
yellow.
Wars figure.
Yeah.
But
He
yeah,
was- he was
he's got a
buff, too.
yellow.
Mhm.
Maybe that's why they did it. A little tie back to that. But he has a yellow saber going around
Wow.
on. We could see it in the novel with Lando. But yeah,
Cool.
going around post Return of the Jedi.
Grogu.
Yeah.
All right. I think that would be cool with yellow.
So yeah, I thought the poster looked cool. It kind of set that in my mind. I think Grogu with a yellow lightsaber would be neat.
This keeps tying back to that question we had just a few minutes ago. Or I don't kind of lost. Could have been 30 minutes ago. I don't know. Thank you for sticking with us if you're still watching. Do we
Dark-
think that the
dark
continuation of the Grogu story is coming sooner or later? As far as Mando Season 3 feels like
Yeah.
the obvious direction for Mando Season 3. It might still touch on some of the Grogu stuff because there might be a time jump or a time lapse or something.
Sure.
Right.
I don't think it makes sense to now immediately like follow him and Luke into this. Like maybe there's a time pass and
Yeah.
then he comes back somehow to Mando. But it seems like the obvious direction is Mandalore, the Darksaber,
Mm-hmm.
Bo-Katan
Yeah.
is as far as the actual being a leader of Mandalore, like having this now
Yeah.
thrust upon him that he's like, I don't want this. Still deciding
Yeah.
what to do with Moff Gideon. Moff Gideon's still alive.
Yeah.
They've got him captured, but he's not dead.
Yeah.
So
Which goes with what
that feels
Parker,
like that's where-
with what Parker's saying right here is I would want the Darksaber because it's a cool hilt and a cool color.
Yeah.
Darksaber at
Darksaber.
Galaxy's Edge would be because it's
Be
like a
awesome.
pirate sword.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I will say this about the Grogu thing. There's the logistics of doing Grogu, because he's still like a stuffed animal a little bit. The way they move him
Yeah.
around and hand him around and a little puppet like. They'd have to do if he's going to start doing action. I might say later rather than sooner,
Yeah.
Where he's
just because
older.
yeah.
He's also like just now remembering even how to use the Force and do stuff. It
Right.
would be kind of a strange thing to him
Sure.
go Yoda flipping around and like doing
Right.
Yeah.
lightsaber fighting training as much as that when it's more of like just a few episodes before he wasn't even using the Force when he showed up
Right.
because
He's
he
still-
was
he's still-
suppressed all that.
Puking blue cookies up. We need to let him move on to solid
Exactly.
foods for a while. Get some
I
right.
love it.
Get some crate dragon meat in him, and then
Right. Yeah. Right.
Great dragon meat.
buff him up a little
That's
bit.
it.
That's great.
Well,
Yeah.
could be. I agree.
Hondo movie. Hondo.
Oh, yeah.
Hondo.
What a great
The
character.
Hondo movie. That would be
Great
interesting.
part of Galaxy's Edge. The
Oh,
Hondo.
for sure.
Good
Hondo.
time.
They really lean into the Hondo stuff.
They do.
Mhm.
They do.
love it.
Great. Did either of you have a hilt? Legacy saber hilt?
Oh,
that you
I
got
do.
that question.
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
I was thinking Vader. I was thinking Vader initially because
It's
Vader's
so utilitarian. It's just so mechanical.
just gets the job done.
True. I think part of the reason why I
it's just
didn't say
like-
Vader is because I have Vader.
I know you do.
Yeah. It was
Envious
the
of that.
first like Hasbro
Mhm.
ever LED or like light up saber they
Yep.
ever made. I was like 7
Yeah.
maybe for Christmas. Still remember.
When I think
Fantastic.
about that, like man, Vader.
Yeah.
When
yeah, Vader's
Maul's
great.
Maul's not my answer, but when Maul first had that double blade come out in
Oh.
the theater, I was in
Oh,
the theater. Everyone
yeah.
lost their minds. It's like we didn't know that was possible.
True.
You know, above a Vader saber, what I would like
yeah.
would be a Han Solo blaster.
Ooh.
That would be. I
Would
know they're
that
not
be
big
top
on
on the
selling
list?
guns. I don't
Yeah.
think, but I would love
But
to have that.
lightsabers. A
Yeah.
youngling slayer is fine.
You can cut somebody in half. Just don't give me a
Just
fake
don't
gun.
give him a shot.
So I think it's real.
yeah.
That's
That
so
would be high on my
uncivilized.
list.
Yeah.
And when Han's shooting it like it's a,
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
shooting like this. Pew, pew, pew. Love
That
it.
would be
Running down the
sweet.
hallway.
That would
Love
be
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Give a little Nola.
Oh man. Yeah.
That'd be great. Little blaster.
I'd love to have one of those.
The
What?
Chewie cross.
I like this.
I knew it was
Yeah.
going. I like this.
Chewie, we're home. I like this. Oh, you're cold?
That's not
The,
how the Force
gosh.
works.
I don't know if I have a...
The Force works.
Because I was thinking Vader initially. I just want the ability to do... Are you threatening me, Master Jedi? And just do the little flip
Ooh.
thing that,
Ooh,
that Palpatine does.
Palpatine
Palpatine has like this small
nice
kind of
hilt.
hilt that's like
Does
gold and
slick.
silver.
It's
it's like a switchblade. Like
it's
you hide
not
it
the
and
big. Even though I
Very
think it's
cool
cool,
hilt.
like the
the
rounded
curved
Dooku
Dooku,
one,
right? Yeah.
kind of a little
Dooku's
bit bigger.
got it,
Feels
But
like an
the-
old man saber to me. It's gotta have a
Dooku's?
ha- It's got to have a handle on it.
Yeah,
It's gotta have that
Does.
handle
You
on
can't
it.
got to have a curved
It's-
handle on it.
it's yeah.
Oh,
It's got like
man.
tennis balls on the side. You can-
it's essential to like a walker.
It turns into the cane.
Yes,
No, that's great.
I think Palpatine's just always
Palpatine's got a good one.
Palpatine's just cool because it's like
And he's
Yeah.
got two.
it's very. If you look at the hilt, it's very much like this looks powerful. It looks dark side esque, but it's not like
does.
Yeah.
black and red like obvious dark side, but it's like this looks like someone who's powerful and knows it. It's like very
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like compact. It's not huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's not the size of the hilt that matters.
There you go.
It's the wielder of the saber.
Yoda would know. He's
Yoda
got the
would-
Tiny hilt.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And he reveals it like.
Yes. Reveal and then just have his hand here and it.
Yeah.
I just.
He is, as we call it the broom kid. 'Cause
The
broom
broom
kid does
kid,
it.
yeah.
Yoda was the original.
I just
broom
wish
kid.
Yoda was
was.
quicker on this one.
Didn't,
You
see,
didn't
that
see that
coming.
coming? Yeah.
It was like,
Uh,
like you could take days to
How do you
stop
fall?
that if you want to. They gotta say it faster.
and we've seen him catch it before too, so it's not like he even
He
has to get
pulls
out of
that
the way. He doesn't
sucker-
even have to get out of the way.
No, just
He just- yeah. No,
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, Ahsoka's got good, cool hilts. She's got a
Oh.
bunch of
Cool.
them too. She's been
Very
through
cool.
a handful
Ahsoka,
of
yeah.
sabers,
yeah.
but her white ones.
I like
the
the
They got those at Galaxy's
are
Edge.
awesome.
I
Those are
like
nice.
the final Ray one. The
Ooh,
Ray
the
that
Rey
was
one.
the staff turned into and the
Yeah.
side switchblade.
That's cool.
I always
That's
thought that was
sweet.
cool.
That's very cool.
Instead of the up and down, the
Yeah.
that was
No,
cool.
that's
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. No, what about are there any artifacts you wish for outside of lightsabers, blasters, right? I know like holocrons. We've got some cool holocrons at Galaxy's Edge. We've got the Jedi holocron. We don't have a Sith holocron.
What does
though.
it say? You still remember it?
What? Yeah. This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi... What's he say?
It's with the Jedi. Something like
Jedi
that.
Order and the Republic have fallen, with the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place. This message is a warning to any surviving Jedi. Trust in the Force. Do not return to the temple, for that time has passed.
Voiced by it's the James
Yeah.
Arnold Taylor.
Yeah,
Mhm.
not
The Clone
You're
Wars.
Clone Wars,
yeah. It's great.
Anakin.
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 Master Obi-Wan, I'm just thinking of an item I want for my Christmas Santa wish list. I don't like
I want
Santa.
the high ground for a wish.
I was flipping two channels and
God.
Clone Wars was on, or yeah, and Attack of the Clones was on. That's all I saw. Was, I hate sand. It was like
Yes.
let's
I don't like
pause. I
sand.
just pause and enjoy it.
It's
Yeah.
coarse and
So
rough
great.
and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Not like you.
That old spin off.
Yeah.
And she said, "You're a funny little boy." I was like, "Wait, that's not the right line."
Right. Joe said the Sith Ray from the Vision. Sith Ray, double-bladed
I like it.
Wow.
lightsaber that bends in half. It's like a little switchblade, double-bladed lightsaber. That
With,
was
like,
a
the
sweet
sharp
hilt.
Scary teeth too.
Yeah. That comes with the hilt.
Right.
That's a great comment by
Man.
Josh.
That's a good one.
That's a
good
great
one.
comment by
That's a great
Josh.
one. The white or dark saber, says Parker. Yeah. Yeah, those are good.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Have you read the Ahsoka? Have you seen the?
I haven't.
read the
Hannah's
Ahsoka
reading
book?
it now, I think.
Oh, the Ahsoka book.
I think so.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah, she was
Did you
gonna
ever
start
read
it.
that one?
I haven't read it yet.
Ah,
I read so many
you know
of
I
the
love
Star
Ahsoka.
Wars books.
I had to read it.
I love Ahsoka
We'll
too.
have to let her give us a
Right.
report on it.
Well, I won't
Yes.
say any spoilers, but they talk about the how she comes across the
The
white.
white.
The white. saber.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
Alright.
I want to rewatch Rebels.
Yeah.
I love it.
Could
And
we
Clone
do?
Wars.
Could we do? We're talking about what to do for May the 4th.
Yeah.
Could we just set a day and just watch Rebels all day
All day.
and just cast about it? Was that? There's no conflict. There's like licensing issues with that, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. No.
We
They
can
said
do it.
we can even claim it that we made it.
We claim. I mean, I've done that.
The Star Wars guy's original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could play Outer Rim while we watch
Yeah.
Rebels
Be
all
great.
day.
We play
While
Outer Rim
playing Battlefront and
and lightsaber fighting.
All day long.
lightsaber but
No, well, lightsaber fight, and I'm just blocking Han Solo's blaster over there. His uncle's just going.
If you guys have been following it all, I'm committed to doing a 24-hour podcast.
He is.
And I'm
It's gonna
trying to figure
happen.
out a way to get him to do it
We're trying to see both legally and mentally how
mentally,
to do it. Yes.
right? And we could have people coming in and out, you know.
Yeah.
Parker says that's a good idea. So yeah, I think
You
we
down?
should do it.
All
I
right.
like it.
24-hour cast will come in and out. We'll bring in Blue Milk and Ronto Wraps
That would
and
be awesome.
I'm
everything.
telling you, this maybe would. Yeah. There's couches in here. You have the cameras just constantly recording.
Right.
You're watching us literally
We'll put
on
a couple
the
more
mics.
cameras to catch the
We'll
different
have different
angles.
guests scheduled at different times. For
Absolutely.
Guys, we podcast until we literally can't podcast anymore. People watch us and like it's and then all of a sudden and then that's one down and we keep talking and podcasting
Right.
and then Uncle's falling asleep and then a while it's like, well, now it's the I don't know how long they'll be out, but for the next hour and a half, I'd like to talk to you about the Last Jedi. And I sit here and talk for a long time, and all of a sudden Nate pops
that
up,
could
and I'm
take
like,
a full
oh,
24 hours.
It
oh,
could take
thank
a full
goodness, Nate's
24
up.
hours.
Nate, can you talk to us about the
Take it away.
Mortis arc? I need to go. Okay, there's another 3 hours.
It would be exactly like we do now.
We could do
We
it.
just go for 24 hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Joe says sign me up, so I think it's in.
All right,
It's in.
Joe's on the list for guests. Okay.
All right.
That'll be beyond the paywall.
Beyond
you have
the
to
paywall.
pay to watch us for 24 hours straight.
That's right.
I
I'm
like
sure they would be lining
Ooh.
up
Lining
I
up.
got
to give us
Sold out.
I
money
got
for
a
that.
wish.
Yeah.
I got a wish.
Yeah,
It's gonna be great. I'm
Yeah,
Here
waiting.
we go. Ready?
this is
Yeah.
great. Yeah, don't build it up any longer.
This is Star Wars. This is not in any way a hint
Where's
towards
this
anything
going?
that's happened, but
Oh boy.
Star Wars guys merch. Just
Oh.
a T-shirt for us to wear on while we. I don't know.
Well, we were
Yeah.
not sell. I mean,
Not oh,
maybe,
people are interested.
maybe.
But I mean,
Well, after the
It's just-
24-hour cast, we're gonna be selling like hotcakes.
Hot cakes.
Woo!
This is
sound like Ronto.
Does anyone want the merch of Mike falling asleep into the mic? This is the picture of
I got our first one ready. Boba Betts.
Boba Betts.
Mando Maybes.
Boba Betts, Mando
SWG,
Maybes, all of
Mando
our-
Maybes.
all of our Ahsoka assumptions.
SWOG. Ooh.
Ooh.
Star Wars guy. Oh god. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
Dang
come up with
it.
something.
Did we do Bad
Darn.
Batch Bets and Boba Bets? Did I step in it? Did I mess up?
Oh,
Having the
that's
same
all right.
name?
That's all right.
Poodle.
Nah, bull-
It's
fine.
Skywalker.
Yeah.
I was watching that the other day. Watching Whose Line Is Anyway.
We can get
Greg
Proops on our.
is on the
We
end.
get Greg
yeah.
Proops on our podcast.
Awesome. If we did a 24-hour, could we get Caliendo? Are you still
Oh yeah,
chatty with Caliendo?
I'm still chatty.
We could get him on there,
Still chatty.
right?
Still chatty.
Chatty Cathy.
Chatty Kathy.
Ooh,
Kathy, you don't think?
I could ask.
Kathy?
It doesn't hurt to ask.
I forgot. He could ask.
It doesn't hurt to ask.
He could
Doesn't hurt
ask.
to ask. She goes to the same. She gets power converters the same place you do. I think, right?
My wife's cousin's brother's mom used to work out at the
all
same
adds up.
gym that Kathy Kennedy's uncle's nephew did.
Really?
True
so,
story.
I mean, we're like,
I like it.
And by true
Close.
story, I mean not at all a true
no,
story.
not at all. But true, I mean, not at all true.
Yeah.
Those are the best types of truth, though.
The ones that aren't,
And
worst-
by
the
true, I
worst
mean also
truths?
by true, I mean not at all.
in one
This
sense.
is great.
I mean, could true in the other sense, a complete lie. Total fabrication.
I love it.
Man.
Fantastic.
All right.
Was
Well,
there-
that's my wish. If we're wrapping up, I don't know that
Yeah.
we are.
Wrapping up.
Sure.
My
Is
wish.
that gift pun?
My
Wrapping?
oh.
Ronto wrapping? Are we Ronto wrapping
My
this
wish.
This is for people watching this. This is our last podcast before Christmas.
Yep.
up? It is.
Yep.
Last
It is.
cast.
So my last
the Christmas
podcast
cast.
Christmas wish list for Stan and Josh are that we do a 24-hour podcast on Star Wars Day.
Are,
I like
do
it.
we hit the button?
Can you hit the button? That's a
Ooh,
big ask.
That's
don't
a big.
know.
That's
Let's think
big.
about that.
Yeah.
But
Think about it.
that's my wish.
I like it.
That's a good wish. That's good. I wish for that. That's a good wish.
What did we do last year for May the 4th? Did we do something?
Nothing.
That was quick.
I don't know.
He's salty.
It sticks deep.
He's salty
Nothing.
because he brought up the
I
24
was
the 24
wounded.
The 24 hour was
No.
talked about.
I think
before.
we did something, but I don't
That
know
was
what it
when the 24 hour was brought up, but we weren't as in depth with the podcast at the time. We
We
weren't
didn't
on
have-
YouTube. We weren't videoing.
Zero power converters at that point.
I hadn't
we
sold
hadn't-
my house to do this yet.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
We're all in now.
Yeah, I think
Ooh, easy on the.
easy
Get
on the button.
easy.
Easy.
That's
Easy.
possible. It's possible.
All right.
That's good.
I
That's
like
a good wish. I like
Yeah.
it. Way to wrap it up.
You got a final wish? Because I'm still thinking.
I don't know if I think I.
I'll be
wished
clear
out.
here.
I think I'm wished out.
Wished
He's
out.
wished out. Oh gosh, I
got-
got plenty of wishes. I just gotta decide which one's gonna be the final one.
We'll just let's pick one.
You don't have any?
I don't have one. You can maybe the chat's got a chat. You got a final wish before we
Each time you say chat, I think that you're saying Chad.
Chad.
Chad, you got any?
Chad. Well, Chad. Josh.
Friends with
Whatever
Josh
you
and
call 'em.
Stan.
Josh.
Chad, Josh, and Stan. The,
Chad, Josh, and Stan. Force family. You guys get there. We go. Force family. You got any
Fine.
final wishes?
I'll get George Lucas on the podcast. We've been
Yes.
aiming low with Kathy Kennedy. Patty Jenkins didn't want to come on and talk
Oh,
about
that
Rogue
actually
Squadron.
reminded me of a
Just
legit
hurt.
wish that I do have.
What?
Legit wish. To
Wait, we're supposed to have legit wishes? I
Oh,
was totally
no.
unprepared for that.
Oh gosh. No. Legit wish. At some
Ooh.
point in time, don't have a time frame.
I like where
would
this
like
is going.
to meet Mark Hamill.
Oh, I thought about that. I got 10 more.
Oh,
I would
wishes
love to
like
meet
that.
Harrison
Oh man.
Ford,
Oh,
but
Oh.
man.
Luke Skywalker, Harrison Ford. I'd love to
Mhm.
meet them. And if we're gonna just wish at anything, put me in a stormtrooper. Put me in a Star Wars movie.
Man. See, I
love
want to meet, but I want to meet 1977 Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
I don't want to meet 2021 Harrison Ford.
I'd still settle for 2021 Mark Hamill.
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
Harrison in 2021 might be a little different than
A little
Harrison
more
in
little
different.
salty.
77.
A little
for me.
salty. Joey, I don't want to meet these guys.
George just killed me off already.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that would be.
Oh,
I got another one.
I love it because I can see your other impressions within it.
yeah. This
I can
there.
see Gilbert Godfrey just under the surface.
Joey. Jafar. Jafar.
He's like,
What are we doing in Star
he's like
Wars?
just below the surface of
Chewie. Yeah, I should have gone a little classic.
do the lower.
Harrison first was Chewie. You ever heard of the Millennium Falcon? I always love how he's called the Falcon.
the Falcon.
The Falcon,
Falcon.
yeah.
I'll get her
Oh,
out.
that's right. I'll get her on the Falcon.
I
I was
got a-
watching that today.
You were?
I was watching Empire
There
today.
you go.
I was asked. This is a little tangent. We've done this sometimes. Tangents.
Tangent, never heard of it.
I was asked yesterday. Was it yesterday? All my troubles seems. I'm not a singer.
Ooh.
But yesterday, I was asked at a Christmas party.
Oh, Parker, thanks, man.
What did I
Sorry.
say? I don't have a.
His Christmas list meeting you guys.
Ooh.
Oh. Thank you.
Yeah.
I like it.
We'll do
So
it.
add it
Hey,
to our
down
list.
the road, when this podcast continues to soar into a galaxy far, far away, we will do a Star Wars guys meetup wish list.
At Comic-Con, we'll have our booth so you can come and meet us.
Gosh darn it, you added another one. Star Wars Celebration.
Oh,
that
that's
could
my
might
number
be
one.
top of my list.
That could happen.
That's my number one.
Star Wars wish
like it.
list item.
What was I saying about yesterday? Oh,
Mhm.
that's what. Singing actually helped me remember what I was saying. I was asked Desert Island movie if you could watch one
Ooh.
movie
Oh yeah,
ever,
it's
and I was asked. It was actually asked around the table,
Mhm.
and then obviously I was like, well, if I'm going one movie ever, I have to go a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
And then I thought first, just for honorable mentions, I thought, what are some other non-Star Wars movies?
Sure.
Back to the Future I thought of. I love Back
Back
to
to
the Future.
Future's in there.
All that to say, it had to be a Star Wars movie.
Right.
And I said The Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back. Yeah.
And I thought, I love A New Hope so much. But a lot of the stuff that I love about The New Hope, I still get. I still get those characters I fell in love with.
Right.
I get the story more advanced. I get the big twist of Vader, which still, even though I know it's coming, is still great.
All the different worlds.
It gets me
You
every
get
time.
the actors as
I never see it.
I always think the big three is kind of operating in their prime a little bit
Yeah.
as far as
They found it.
You get the introduction
Harrison's
of great
great.
characters,
Harrison's great early on. Obviously, Harrison in before he's even auditioning for the role was Han Solo. Like he
Oh,
knew
his
what he was
auditions
doing.
are perfect.
He just is great.
He's better
He
than
knows it.
anybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he knows the character.
Sure.
But I love my favorite version of Leia is Hoth Leia. I think Hoth
Yeah.
Leia when she's in command and
Oh man.
just her look and everything is my favorite version of.
You get more Force and stuff too.
You
Like,
do.
you dive way in more into the
You
actual
get
Jedi
stuff. Old Ben telling Luke to go to Dagobah. I was watching
Yeah.
again. I was talking about. I was
That's
watching
pretty
this
Yoda?
morning. You get Yoda.
I mean, it's
Yoda,
all there.
Lando.
It's just the world expands a lot more.
Bespin.
But the first movie is
Emperor.
very contained.
It's all there.
Yeah,
I mean,
I love
Yeah.
it. The AT-ATs, the walkers, the whole
So
Hoth
great.
battle is just one of my favorite battles.
It's my
and
favorite
everything. It's
movie.
just
Yeah.
I feel like I'm trying to sell people on the Empire Strikes
it's
Back.
really good. If you haven't seen
If
it,
you
go
haven't
check
checked
it
out the
There's
kind
not
of.
a
There is a
shot.
huge twist.
I'm afraid
at
I
the
might have
end.
spoiled it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
What were we saying?
I said
Wish
Star
we
Wars
could meet-
Celebration.
That's the
You can meet Han Solo.
that's the
Yeah.
title of our episode is Star Wars guys. What was
were we
I saying?
What was I saying?
I'm gonna go on a tangent. That's
Do
the
we
name
have
of
to
the
have a
next episode.
title next time? Can it be just? Yeah, whatever.
Just sure.
Yeah. well,
Star
that
Wars
is
guys.
it.
We talk Star Wars. Wish list of
Nate's got had a
meeting,
lot of time
we're
to
saying.
think. Met a lot of people.
Yeah.
Meeting someone in Star Wars. Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
Especially if we're talking 2021. There is no the unfortunate
I'm trying to
reality
think,
of life is you can't meet Carrie Fisher.
Right.
Yeah.
Billy D would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Billy D's still rocking the Lando vibe as far as he's. I loved like a couple years ago when he was doing a panel for Episode 9, and they were talking about was it hard diving back into the character of Lando? He's like Lando's been with me all along.
That's
You know,
right,
like this
baby.
dude just
Well,
lives as
well,
Lando.
well.
His life is Lando.
Whoa.
Hello, princess.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill would be pretty cool.
Mark Hamill would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
That'd be great. But yeah, I think closing it out,
meeting George would be pretty cool.
George would be great.
Be
But yeah,
awesome.
no, I was just started thinking like what would be like bucket list things
Yeah.
Star Wars related in life that would be cool to meet some of those actors, sit
Mhm.
down, ask them about what was it like. Did you know at the time of filming that this was gonna be big, or did you? We're like, no idea.
Right.
Not that kind of film.
How
kid.
bad did you think it would be?
Right. Right. And then
It ain't that kind of film, kid.
yeah.
It ain't that kind of movie.
But then I really do think probably number one on my list would be Star Wars Celebration.
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 You have to get invited to that.
No.
No, there's
What?
signups.
Tickets are, I believe, sold out
Yeah,
already
they're
for
sold
next
out for
next year.
2022.
We'll go the year after.
We could
Just gotta
sign up.
get
I
ahead.
did see an ad. You can still sign up for a panel. So if we want to host a panel, we can try and sign up. They probably won't approve us, but we'll get Star Wars guys.
Why
on
not?
a panel. I don't know. Maybe
Who are
we
they?
will. maybe maybe we will. We'll sign up.
Sign up now because it's cheap.
That's true.
Get us cheap. Get us buy low.
I mean,
Buy low on Star Wars guys because we're taking off.
Yeah. But yeah, Star Wars Celebration, big wish list item there for
Like
sure.
it. Yeah.
Any more? Is that it?
That's it for now.
Alright.
I would like to, if it's okay, I'd like to close
Ooh.
Close?
with the. Oh, no, I'm not. I was gonna say with the song that Leia sang at the Star Wars Holiday Special. I have a rendition that I'd like to share. No, I don't.
I thought we were about to. I thought we were about to Jabba's Palace it again.
If you haven't seen the Java's Palace short we posted here on YouTube, go
Why
check
did
it
we not? Can we learn the Leia song for the next?
I think we need to.
I'll learn it.
We will.
We'll learn
do
it.
out. Yeah, we'll do it.
We'll
Alright.
sing. I think singing as a trio, singing the Leia song, and we all have to just kind of stare off and just.
With Carrie Fisher.
That would be so great.
That's
That'll
right.
be the new. We'll tease that. That's the
Yeah.
post-holiday cast.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Well, hey,
Awesome.
Yeah.
that's a wrap. Pun intended. Star
That's a
Wars,
wrap.
guys. Christmas wish list. This is the last cast before Christmas, so we thought, why not wish for things that we would want coming from Star Wars? If you're listening this far, you obviously heard all the different things. Could have been physical items. Could have been trips to Galaxy's Edge. Could have been things we want for the future of Star Wars. But that leads me with, let us know what you're wishing for. If you're watching this back and you weren't able to join us here live on the live video podcast here on YouTube, and you're watching either on a podcast streaming platform or just watching it back on YouTube, let us know your wishes. Let us know what you want to see for the future of Star Wars. It could be a lightsaber. It could be a trip to Galaxy's Edge. Any of those things that you wish could be a remake of the Galactic Star Cruiser. Could be any of these things. Let us know what you want to see.
A demolition.
What was that? Seismic.
Seismic charge.
Charge. It could be any of that. So let us know what you wish for the future of Star Wars. And as always, may the Force be with you.
Sorry, my lady. I'm sorry, Master, but I couldn't think of another Star Wars quote. Why does my voice go up and then it goes down? Anakin.
You don't